Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome back to more Danganronpa V3, Killing Harmony, where last time we finished our investigation and are now going to do the 5th trial, which we don't even know who is dead in this one.
Yeah.
Quite a perplexing problem to have.
Well, either way, someone is definitely naked. So that's pretty unfortunate. Well, I mean, maybe, because that's right, they have a bunch of change of clothes, so no, probably not, but they're not here.
Right. Miu's not the only one who takes her clothes off. Okay.
Right.
Anyway, let's begin.
Yes. Dun, 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 dun.
Ahem! Now then, let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
The monocups are just not even there anymore.
During the trial,
Yeah.
you'll present
Thank
your
goodness.
arguments for who the culprit is, and vote for who done it.
It's a question mark.
Vote correctly, and only the blackened will be punished. But I'll punish
Oh, I accidentally
everyone
skipped
besides the blackened, and that person will graduate.
Graduation is meaningless here. We already know that. We don't need your rules anymore. We'll find our own reasons to live. And we'll do whatever it takes to survive.
Wow! An actual talking robot! I've never seen one of those before.
Yeah, you
Seriously?
bullshit. You are a robot.
What happened to Kokichi? Why isn't he here?
Aw, don't make that face, killer. This case has some unique circumstances.
Unique circumstances?
'Cause for this murder, the victim's identity is completely unknown. Given these circumstances, I decided to start off this class trial while the victim is still anonymous. After all, it'd be a shame if I let such a rare opportunity go to waste.
Is that possible? I thought everyone had to participate in the class trial.
Don't worry, the person who's still alive is waiting behind the scenes for their cue. It's all part of the overall production. Anyway, let's get this trial moving!
I guess we have no choice but to start the trial under these conditions.
What's there to even talk about? The Blackened is the mastermind, Kokichi. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of too.
It's too soon to decide anything for certain. We don't even know if Kaito was the victim.
How long are you going to say that? The victim is Kaito. End of discussion.
But we need to be absolutely sure. If we don't positively identify the victim, the other person will never show themselves, right?
Before we can identify a suspect, we need to determine who the victim is.
Why are we even talking about something so obvious? What a pain.
Everyone thinks that Kaito is the victim, but I have my doubts. There's a chance Kaito is still alive. If we keep discussing the case, I'm sure we'll see the truth. Okay.
Okie dokie.
The victim has to be Kaito. Kaito was taken prisoner by Kokichi, so he could have killed him whenever he wanted. And the hydraulic press had his clothes inside.
Kokichi can't be the victim because there's no evidence for it. So the victim must be Kaito.
I assume
And the
whenever
culprit
Himiko says
must be
his clothes
Kokichi.
is, Kaito's
Lost a
clothes.
Really good guy today. Kazing! If only mages could cast revive spells.
There's no evidence that allows us to confirm the victim or the survivor. It's too early to declare the victim
The
is.
victim has to be Kaito. Kaito was taken prisoner by Kokichi, so
It's his code.
we could have killed him whenever he wanted.
Kokichi's clothes.
And the hydraulic press had his clothes inside.
Kokichi can't be the victim because there's no evidence for it. So the victim must be Kaito.
Maybe Kokichi's
And the
clothes had no
culprit
evidence
must
for
be
it?
Kokichi.
Yeah.
We lost a really good guy today. Kazing! If only mages could cast revives.
Kazing.
Kazing.
It has to be Kokichi. So
She's
whenever
3
he
letters
wanted.
off from being
And the
Big Bang
hydraulic press
Theory.
had his clothes inside.
Kokichi the victim because there's
That's wrong!
Actually 2. Never mind.
I have evidence that points to Kokichi being the victim. I found this in the
To think
hangar.
about it.
To what?
She said Kazing, and I'm like, well, that's really close to Bazinga, so.
I see.
Yeah.
Is that Kokichi's coat?
Yes, and look here. There are bloodstains on the sleeve. That would indicate that Kokichi suffered an external injury, correct?
Kokichi was injured.
The fact that these were flushed down the toilet implies that they are evidence of a crime.
What about it? Kaito's clothes were in the hydraulic press. As long as we have that evidence, there's no doubt that Kaito was the one murdered.
Yeah, that's right. It's one of those irrefutable evidence thingies.
Ever since she found the body in the hangar, Maki's insisted that it's Kaito's. But why is that? I thought we had an understanding. I thought she'd want to believe Kaito is still alive. Either way, it seems Maki is hung up on Kaito's clothes. In that case, I need to demonstrate the flaw in relying on that evidence. If I do that, I think she'll realize there's a chance that Kaito is alive.
Actually, there's something bothering me about the clothes found in the hydraulic press.
Yeah? What about them?
There's something peculiar about those clothes. Owner of the clothing, the sleeve of the jacket, the bloodstain on it.
The bloodstain on the clothing, I guess.
About the bloodstain. Since
Oh,
Kaito's
so
the
it's the other
victim,
one.
that has to be his blood. What other possibility is there?
Damn it!
They're staring at me. I screwed up. They think I'm a fraud. Oh. The sleeve.
Yeah.
That's it! Why was only the sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press? If Kaito had been crushed by the press, the sleeve shouldn't have been empty. There should have been an arm inside the sleeve as well.
Yeah,
So the
that.
fact that we found an empty sleeve should...
Shall I kill that logic?
Yes, the ultimate detective says something, you just immediately rebuttal. Actually.
Huh?
You're dumber than I thought if I have to go out of my way to explain it to you. If you can't even see that, then be quiet. Otherwise, you're just annoying me.
Hey then.
The coat sleeve sticking out of the hydraulic press is rather telling. It couldn't have been anyone else. But Kaito, if you can't see that, then you weren't looking hard enough.
I wasn't looking hard enough. What do you mean?
He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves. So when the hydraulic press crushed him, all that stuck out was his coat sleeve. If you understand to be quiet already. Otherwise, you're getting in the way.
Maki's claim appears solid, but I know that it's not. She's wrong. We can't conclude Aido is dead on that evidence.
He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat
It
sleeves.
is clothes. And
So when the hydraulic
through
press
that one.
crushed him,
Yeah.
all that stuck out was his sleeve. If you understand the...
Kaito's coat, yeah, 'cause it's got a little hole in it with blood, and if there wasn't an arm in there, then that would not happen. So that was the one that his arm should be in.
Be quiet already.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're getting in the way. He always dressed himself in a rather odd manner. He never put his arms through his coat sleeves.
I thought he always
Kyle,
had his
cut through your
arms to
words.
his coat sleeves.
No, he
Maybe
had
I
one
wasn't
arm,
paying
wasn't in a coat sleeve. I remember.
Yes, it's true. Kaito never
think it
put
was
his
the other
arms
arm.
through his sleeve.
Oh.
See right there.
But that was just his right arm.
Oh, yeah.
He wore his left sleeve normally.
That's so weird.
And the left sleeve was the one we found outside the press. Knowing how Kaito wore his coat, that's awfully strange, isn't it?
Then maybe neither of his arms were through the sleeves.
Huh?
It's a possibility. In the end, your reasoning is full of holes. Stop getting in my way. I have to defeat Kokichi.
Maki, what's really going on? Seems you've made up your mind that Kaito is definitely dead. But why would you do that?
It's like Maki's
He just wants
photo.
Askis to kill him.
Kaito's gotta be the victim. Because if Kokichi, the mastermind, was dead, the killing game would be over.
Yeah, that's true.
Monokuma, hurry up and bring Kokichi here. We already know who the victim is.
Huh? Already? You sure it's not too soon?
We need the suspect present, now that he's the subject of our discussion.
Gotcha. I guess I'll bring him out now. Hey, Mr. Suspect! That's your cue!
Hi.
An exisal?
What? Why is an exisal here?
Haha, whoops. My bad. Seems like I gave you guys a scare, huh?
Knew it.
What is this?
Is that Kaito's voice?
Kaito?
There was a lot going on, so I just hid in an exisal and kind of dozed off. And that's why I'm so late. Anyway, what's going on, guys?
That's suspicious.
Hold on. Then the one that died wasn't Kaito.
Stupid! That was just a lie!
Yep. I fucking... You son of a bitch.
You guys thought I died? I would never! No way!
Kokichi?
I'm gonna live till I die. I'm gonna laugh instead of cry.
Wow, that's old. How old are you?
I thought as much. Your appearance right now is fit for a lowly asshole like you.
Damn.
You're making me blush. You're getting so angry over me.
Is that really you, Kokichi?
That's right, Crackerjack.
Crackerjack.
Seriously, how old are you?
Then why are you hiding in there? Show yourself!
Oh, this is more for self-defense. Little Miss Cranky Pants would kill me if I showed myself. I understand how you guys must feel. You can't believe it because I'm like this, right? That's what I thought. In that case, I brought evidence.
Evidence?
Ta-da! The video camera. It was in the warehouse, but I brought it to the hangar, just in case. Man, that was a smart move. Thanks to this, I filmed it so everyone could see it clearly. The moment the victim died.
What did you say?
Alrighty then! Let's watch this shocking moment. Hey, Monokuma! Can you connect the video camera to the monitor?
Roger that!
Nakuma grabbed the camera from the exisal, hooked it up to the courtroom's monitor, and played the tape for us.
Huh? Kaito?
It'd just be edited.
This is terrible! Why would something like this?
I saw it through my fingers. The moment Kaito was crushed. I'm gonna...
By the way, I'd like to add that this footage has not been doctored in any way. This video camera
You are
only
all the
has
time.
the basic functions. Just the play, record, and pause buttons, so you can't edit after filming it.
But what? I suppose, yeah.
And of course, I didn't upload it to a computer to edit it either. Right, Monokuma? Oh, you can talk. Your answer is necessary for a fair discussion.
I see. If it's necessary for a fair discussion, then I will answer. No trace of that footage was found on any of the computers inside the academy.
See? If it wasn't connected to any computer, then editing the footage would be impossible. Which means this footage is 100% real.
If that's the case, then it would seem our suspicions can be lifted. The body we found inside the hangar, crushed in the hydraulic press, is definitely Kaito.
Murder video has been recorded. Was that really him?
Poor Kaito. I can't believe he died such a horrible death. I can't believe he died with his guts and his brains splattered all over that machine.
Stop it! Now I'm starting to not feel well.
That's probably because I used my magic to transfer all my barf over to you.
I know that's a joke, but the thought of it...
Why? Why was Kaito killed? Kichi had no reason to kill Kaito. He had just told us all that he was the mastermind, that the killing game was over. So what would he gain by killing Kaito?
It looks like you finally believe that I'm the one in this exasol.
Yes. With that, we can definitively say that the culprit is... you.
Huh? Why?
You filmed the moment the victim died, which means you were present at the scene. As the person who filmed this footage, you're the only one who could be the culprit.
But if the culprit shot the video, why would they go out of their way to show it?
Oh man, you got me! Yeah, I'm the culprit.
What?
Jeez, I totally dug my own grave. Here's the truth. I decided to participate in this trial in an exasol after I killed Kaito. Of course, it was mostly to make the victim unknown, to jazz up this trial. I took that footage for proof so I could reveal it after you guys get the correct answer. But I totally spaced out. I wasn't supposed to show it right away.
So does that mean you admit to the crime?
Oh, man. I dug my own grave again? Well, I don't think you guys will believe any of the excuses I make now. So, I give up.
He's
Giving up?
such a bullshitter.
Does that mean it's been decided?
Oh my god.
Is it okay that this trial was so short?
That's fine. We knew from the very start that Kokichi was the killer. But before we vote, I want to say something to Kokichi. You may be the mastermind, but I won't let you escape after you violated the rules. That would desecrate the killing game Junko Enoshima created, right? Your beloved Junko Enoshima.
Junko?
Whatever. It's voting time now. Let's go before Kokichi changes his...
No, hold on a second. This isn't right. The culprit comes in, confesses to the crime, and the trial ends? That's not how this goes. That doesn't sound like the kind of game Kokichi or Monokuma or Junko would play.
What if the mastermind got tired of it? The remnants of despair were like that.
No, if they were tired of it, they wouldn't have put all that effort into the video. There would have been no need for this class trial in the first place. Something's not right. We need to get a better feel for this situation. I think Kokichi has some sort of plan. He's trying to trap us.
Trap us? Are you saying Kokichi isn't the culprit? Then, are you suggesting one of us is the culprit?
What?
If it's not Kokichi, then the culprit must be one of us.
One of us?
That's not possible!
No, I didn't say that. I was just saying it's
Oh my
dangerous to trust
God.
Kokichi.
Miss, yeah,
Shuichi is so distrusting.
Miss, that's impossible. That's all she ever says.
That's impossible. Wants to be like in all the animes, where it's like, that's impossible.
Yeah, it's always annoying.
But it's exactly like Shuichi said. I'm actually not the culprit.
Seriously?
What? But that contradicts what you said previously.
Yepers, that was a lie. Sorry, I lied again. The real culprit of this case is super bad at hiding themselves, so I thought I could help. I pretended to be the culprit by using the footage. It made the game more interesting, too.
Are you serious?
What's the truth and what's a lie? I don't know anymore.
It's fine, because Kokichi is the culprit. He killed Kaito. No matter how much he deceives us, it won't change our minds. The footage shows he did it. Kokichi has to be the only option.
The only option?
No. It only shows that he recorded it. Oh my god.
Is that really true? Are we just going to leave it at that?
Oh boy. It's never that easy.
It'd be funny if the
There's
final
no doubt
trial
that
was
Kokichi
only
is
like
the culprit.
12 minutes long, though.
We all saw that footage from earlier,
Yeah, it
right?
would be.
Kaito got crushed to death.
Squish, squish.
What a horrible video.
Whoever committed that crime was with Kaito in the hangar.
Which just leaves Kokichi then.
Then the culprit is...
We definitely fired
Kokichi
that.
Oma, the mastermind of this entire killing game. And Kaito's killer.
We fired at what?
We fire at what Maki said at the end. Must be Kaito.
She killed Kaito with the hydraulic press.
Not
That's the
Kaito,
consensus.
but-
But is that even possible?
There's no doubt that Kokichi is the culprit. We all saw that footage from earlier, right?
Kaito got crushed to death.
The camera from the exisal shows the moment that Kaito was crushed with the hydraulic press.
What a horrible video.
Whoever committed that crime
Safety function?
was with Kaito
Safety function,
in
yeah.
the hangar.
So we need to go
Which
back to
just
the
leaves
crushed one.
Kokichi then.
Yeah.
Then the culprit is...
Kokichi Oma, the mastermind. And Kaito's killer. There's no doubt that Kokichi is the culprit. We
Kaito got crushed to death.
Shit.
That's wrong! The safety function would make it impossible to kill Kaito with the press.
A safety function.
Yes, it was written on the safety precautions. The hydraulic press will automatically stop if its infrared sensor detects a living organism.
So the hydraulic press won't move at all if there's a living person under it?
Which is why it couldn't have been used to kill Kaito.
Which means it's more likely that Kaito was crushed after being killed by some other means.
So what we
It's
saw
like
in
slow
that
and then
video,
speeds up at the last
he
second.
was already dead by then?
Yeah, it's really strange. Well, okay, I would imagine it has like a safety function. If you like turn it off, it just stops and not slams down because we know that the power cord was cut. I don't know.
But you could disable the infrared sensor of the safety function with an electro bomb.
No, I don't think Kokichi would use an electro bomb for that purpose. It would have taken down the hangar's alarm system and the Exosol's remote control.
It would have put Kokichi at a significant disadvantage.
But you can't be too sure I wouldn't do that. I'm the type who would do anything for fun.
Also, we don't have any evidence of a different murder method other than the hydraulic
No, we do. I have a plausible theory for the murder.
What?
Yes, there's a clue that suggests the victim was killed before being crushed. Found it somewhere around the hydraulic press. Blood trail?
Crossbow.
Oh, the blood trail, right?
Yeah.
And then the crossbow would be involved.
This is it!
This shows that something
There was
bloody
a
was
slight
dragged.
pattern bloodstain in the hangar, suggesting a body was dragged.
Yeah, okay. I see.
The bloodstain goes from the bathroom all the way to the press.
Yes, nice overhead view of it.
Oh, that was the restroom where Kaito was being held, wasn't it?
Bloodstains were also found inside the bathroom. That can't be coincidence.
So Kaito was killed in the restroom, then dragged to the press and crushed?
If the bloodstain even was Kaito's.
What?
We only guessed that Kaito was killed in the bathroom. Since his body was crushed, we'll never know if Kaito died some other way.
May not be able to examine the body, but we do have evidence that suggests a cause of death. The bullet mark thing.
Right.
Well, not bullet, but you know what I mean. The
There!
hole.
Crossbow. Oh.
Yeah.
The small
Bolt.
hole on the sleeve of Kaito's coat is the key to his cause of death.
The small hole? No. There is no way that hole's got anything to do with the weapon. I'll hit you with my everything you buy will go on sale the next day curse.
Himiko, what's wrong? Why are you freaking out all of a sudden?
I'm not freaking out. I'm just saying it's impossible for the weapon to be that small.
No, it's not impossible. I can show you. The weapon that left that small hole in Kaito's sleeve.
The crossbow bolt.
Yeah, that's right. The
That's
three
so
arrows
stupid
from it.
considering she was the one that brought it.
Arrows in the bathroom.
What can you do with just an arrow? Are you saying they stabbed him with it?
I was wrong!
Oh no.
What?
You need to pick the crossbow, I guess.
Oh my god.
That seems
Well-
kind of silly to me, but sure.
Well, actually,
This is
it
it.
was the bolt. Whatever.
I believe
actually, it
the
was
weapon
the
was
crossbow.
the crossbow found in the bathroom.
I don't care. Stupid.
A crossbow arrow would certainly leave a hole that small. Can we then conclude that Kaito was shot with that crossbow? If so, that crossbow just might be the actual murder weapon used to kill Kaito.
I see. It's so surprising that a crossbow is the murder weapon.
Seriously, Himiko, what's wrong?
She was
probably
so
needs to pee.
obsessed.
Anyway, about Kaito getting shot. If that was his cause of death, then I wonder who shot him with the crossbow. Well, I already know, but I won't tell you.
He's just playing with us.
Then let's show him that playtime is over. Let's show him that the students of Hope's Peak Academy will never submit to despair.
Hope? Despair?
Okay, what should we do in
I
there?
wonder who shot Kaito with the crossbow. What a mystery, right guys?
Who else but you could have done it?
The shot would need to be fired from inside the hangar to hit Kaito.
We couldn't go
Not
in
true.
the hangar.
We can
Right.
shoot at that.
The alarm system and electric barrier were in the
Bathroom
way.
window. Barrier.
We couldn't
Yeah.
go in the hangar. And Kokichi had been in there, then he must be the one.
Pretty funny. The word barrier was used as a barrier.
Kaito would have been in there, but the murder weapon was a crossbow. Knowing that, we should be able to visualize the murder.
I wonder who shot Kaito with the crossbow.
Object throw in.
What a mystery, right, guys?
So you shoot that at...
Who else but you could have done it?
The shot would need to be fired from inside the hangar.
That's wrong!
The deep voice Maki.
Even without going in the hangar, it was possible to land a shot with a crossbow. There was a window in the bathroom of the hangar. Maybe it wasn't possible to get in, but you could have shot through the window. And remember that Kaito was confined to the bathroom.
So if they shot Kaito through the window, they could have killed him in the hangar. Which means the murder suspect list grows to 6 people, including me!
What did you say?
Put plainly, that means...
It seems Shuichi wants to make one of us the culprit. Is that it? Is that what a detective does?
Oh my god.
Do detectives always accuse people, even when they're friends? It seems like it. You suspected Kaito in the previous class.
I want to
too.
slap the dog shit out of Maki and Himiko. Shut the fuck up, please.
You're always suspicious of your friends.
What's wrong, Maki? You seem like you're kind of on edge.
Of course I am. When we said we would defeat the remnants of despair, someone got in our way.
No, you don't understand. I'm not trying to...
It doesn't matter how much you get in my way. I will absolutely defeat Kokichi. I won't let despair escape. I won't let it win.
Now, let's stop this boring fight and continue on with the not-so-boring trial. So we all agree that the murder could be done by anyone and not just me, right?
That might be true, but I didn't know about the window.
Neither did I.
Really, Himiko? What's the matter? You've been weird since we mentioned small holes.
What? Are you after my small hole too?
See? Now that's definitely weird.
Look at it this way. Just because the culprit could be anyone, not everyone is a suspect. We can pretty much narrow it down to anyone who knew about the crossbow.
I never knew about any crossbows. In other words, I'm not suspicious. There's no way you can consider me.
It does concern me that Himiko went to the hangar last night.
You did as well. So
Oh,
before you
really?
go
You
doing
went
that,
to the hangar, Himiko?
Yes, she did. I definitely saw her.
You were watching me?
It's awfully suspicious that you went to the hangar last night. Okay, then the culprit is Himiko.
Wait! Don't say it's me! Maki's more suspicious than I am.
What?
That crossbow came from your research lab, right? You could have gotten that crossbow whenever you wanted.
Anyone could have gone to her research lab, though. She's not the only suspect.
I don't know about that. She's definitely the most suspicious.
I hate you.
Even if you make that scary face at me, I'm not gonna get scared.
Please strangle her
'Cause
until
if
her
you
head
start
pops.
panicking, then we'll know that you're the culprit.
I said I'm not the culprit! I swear! Kokichi's the suspicious one! Maki too! They're both the culprits!
Why am I a suspect? Anyone could have entered my research lab.
Yeah, I'll admit that I'm suspicious. Okay, maybe I am the culprit. Maybe I'm the
I'm the
culprit!
culprit.
Okay, let's do this.
I
Why
went to
am
the
I the
hangar,
Number one
but
suspect, because I was in the hangar.
I feel like Kokichi's going to do that a lot.
my magic.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Then
not
explain the
calling me a
crossbow.
magic? I
magic
could have
source
gotten it
around
from
here.
the research lab.
So I went
Then
there
who
and
I'm the number one suspect.
I knew it.
Kokichi
And I
did
love
I'm the one who
this
shot
hand.
Kaito.
You should look at the inconsistencies in her testimony. There's a lie there somewhere.
I went
Why
to
am
the
I'm the
hangar,
number one
but-
Suspect the
suspect
culprit.
because I was in the hangar.
If
I
you
was
are
The large black case, she had one, right?
Yeah.
Are the culprit.
Crossbow.
What do you
Did
mean?
Then
not
explain the
cover
crossbow.
But Kibo's account is the one that actually mentions it. She had a black bag, so that's what I want to shoot at her statement.
There's a good
I know he
magic
could have
source
gotten
around
it
Yeah.
here.
from the research lab.
Yeah.
So I went
Then
there
who
empty-handed.
I'm the number I heard it.
Actually.
You said that you went to the hangar empty-handed, but that's a lie, isn't it?
What are you talking about? It's not a lie.
But Kibo saw you. He said you were headed toward the hangar carrying a large black bag.
It's not that large, honestly.
Yes, Himiko was definitely carrying a large black bag.
It's a medium-sized black bag.
Yeah,
No,
like a handbag.
That was probably Smoogie cosplaying as me.
She can't do that.
No, I
Cospox.
can't cosplay as someone unless they're a fictional character.
Himiko, this is the bag you were carrying, isn't it?
That's the crossbow case.
There's no mistake. That is the bag I saw Himiko carrying.
What? Hold on. Himiko went to the hangar with a crossbow?
Uh-oh. Well, it's decided then.
Wait, that's wrong. I just brought it there. I didn't shoot it. It's the
Yes, you
truth.
did.
Please believe me.
You're right. I believe you. Himiko is totally telling the truth.
Not you. If you believe me, it makes me look like I'm lying.
That is true. But can we really trust Himiko here? She was acting very suspiciously.
I'm not the culprit.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I only carried the case.
Yep, that's true too.
And I didn't even use the crossbow.
Another true statement.
And that's all. I didn't do anything else in the hangar.
100% exactamundo.
Why does this all sound so fishy?
Ah, 'cause Kokichi won't shut up! Get out of my head, Kokichi!
Yep, it's all my fault.
Hit Kaito with the crossbow, you'd have to be fairly good with it. Could Himiko have done this? That's the question.
Not the culprit!
It'd be difficult for anyone who wasn't taught how to assemble it.
Yeah,
I think
that's
that's
true.
evidence that
so-
she would not have been the one to have used it.
Well,
Yeah, I totally agree.
yeah, that's true.
I only
Unless it was
carried
assembled in the
case.
bag somehow.
Yep, that's true
No,
too.
apparently it doesn't fit in the bag unless
I
it's
didn't even
disassembled.
use the crossbow.
I see.
Another true
It's very
statement.
hard to hit that.
I didn't do anything else in the hangar.
Alvin and the chipmunk.
I didn't even use the crossbow.
I agree.
Wow.
I don't think Himiko used the crossbow. More accurately, she couldn't use it.
Couldn't use it? Why not?
The crossbow inside this case was disassembled. Kaito and I learned how to assemble the crossbow from Maki, so we could have done it. But I don't believe someone without the proper training could have assembled it.
Well, what if Maki taught Himiko how to assemble the crossbow?
are you mad about before? Sorry. I thought they were gonna suspect me, so I lied.
I really have to question your morals if you're blaming Maki for your lie, Himiko.
I don't think you're allowed to say something like that.
I'm sorry, Maki. Please, can you tell them the truth?
Fine. I'm not going to lie. I didn't teach Himiko how to assemble the crossbow. She couldn't have used it.
See? I told you! It's just like I said. Everyone who suspected me needs to apologize right now!
She changed back so fast. I think I might have whiplash now.
Then, why did you bring the crossbow to the hangar, Himiko?
I was asked to.
Asked to? Perhaps the person who asked was... Who asked for a crossbow?
Kaito.
Yeah.
That's it! Was it Kaito?
Huh? Kaito?
Only Kaito or Kokichi would have asked for a crossbow to be brought to the hangar.
Yep.
Because Kaito knows how to assemble the crossbow, he certainly could have used it. Knowing that, I can't imagine that anyone else would have asked Himiko.
I do not think she would bring it at Kokichi's request.
Of course not. Why would I ever listen to Kokichi?
'Cause I know you like me.
Nuh-uh! I hate you!
But I like you.
Don't play with Himiko's heart.
Don't wait. I'm trying to raise her up.
But to think that Kaito asked Himiko to do that. Maybe Kaito was trying to keep the promise we made yesterday. Don't we worry, I'll do something about all this. That's a promise. All you guys are working so hard, so I can't just sit back and relax.
But why were you keeping that a secret, Himiko?
Well, Kaito sorta asked me to keep it a secret. Then Kaito died and I got scared. I thought it was gonna be next.
You're the worst for trying to pin the blame on Maki just for that reason. Maki, teach this dumb monkey the true terror of human beings.
Don't bully the person you like.
This is way beyond bullying a grade school crush.
Himiko, when exactly did Kaito ask you to do this?
I think it was around evening yesterday. I was so nervous about fighting Kokichi, I couldn't get to sleep. So I took a walk near the hangar, and that's when Kaito called out to me. I got startled and wet myself a little, and then he asked me to get him a crossbow.
That one part was, you know what? Never mind. So if Kaito asked for a crossbow, does that mean he was going to kill Kokichi?
No, he said it was to disable Kokichi. I wouldn't have helped him otherwise. I trusted Kaito and took a crossbow from Maki's lab.
That's when I witnessed Himiko.
But then, what did Kaito do after he had the crossbow?
I don't know. I just handed him the crossbow, then went right back to the dorms.
Presumably, Kaito tried to attack Kokichi, only to be disarmed of the crossbow. And then, Kokichi returned fire and shot Kaito. That sequence of events seems logical.
No, it happened a little differently. Both Kaito and Kokichi shot the crossbow.
And there's proof of that.
The holes in Kokichi's.
Yeah, Kokichi's thingamajig, wherever it is. These, right?
Yep.
This is it! Remember that when we found Kokichi's clothes, there were holes in the back and sleeve. The same kind of hole that was found in Kaito's coat.
So Kokichi was shot by the crossbow too?
Then it was Kaito who shot him, right?
I'm not sure. I don't remember anything like that.
You don't remember whether or not you were shot?
There is no doubt that they shot each other with the crossbow, but...
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
It doesn't matter what happened in between. In the end, Kokichi killed Kaito.
Maki's been acting strangely. But why? Does she know something? If so, what does she know?
Maybe Maki's right. It doesn't matter what happened in the middle. 'Cause in the end, there's no mistake that Kokichi killed Kaito.
Then let's hurry up and vote.
No, it's too soon. There are still mysteries.
Who cares about that? We already know who the culprit is.
You sure about that?
Huh?
What? Now he's joining in?
As the one running this trial, it bothers me when anyone says mysteries don't matter. It affects the overall entertainment value, so I encourage you to really think about things. After all, there should be some mysteries that still matter.
You know,
For example, is Kokichi really inside that exisal? Stuff like that.
also, he's definitely not inside the exisal because something I didn't bring up earlier. He would have like a robotic voice
Right?
if he was
Question mark.
inside of it.
That's
Like the
what it was for the
monocups.
monocups, yes.
Yeah. So it would probably stand true the other way around. Also, it's too small. The inside of the
It
cockpit
really
of the
looks like it would be
exisals.
too small, does it?
Yeah. So, why the fuck would he be inside of that?
Don't we
just
have
controlling it
evidence that says it
remotely.
is big enough for people, though?
See the inside of the.
Where is it? What was it? Storage.
Yeah, this one.
It's open. There's enough space in the cockpit for one person. So
Oh.
apparently a person can fit in, even if it doesn't look like it should.
I see.
Now, as soon as... Okay, control again.
What?
What are you saying? We already finished that discussion a while ago.
Kokichi's gotta still be alive since the killing game's still going. His voice is even coming from the exisal and everything.
So, Monokuma is definitely not being controlled by Kokichi. I just that does not make any sense to me. I can't entirely explain why I think that, but I just don't believe that's the case.
But we heard it speak in Kaito's voice earlier, didn't we?
Yeah, don't rely on that. After all, this exisal has a voice changer.
It what?
Ha! Because of that, nobody realizes I'm pretending to be Kokichi. But no more! Sorry for the wait, guys! The luminary of the stars has arrived! This time for real!
What? What's going on?
I told you, I'm Kaito! I was just pretending to be Kokichi is all. There's a bit of a situation going on, so I didn't really have a choice.
No,
Sorry about
Not the
tricking you guys
direction.
like that. My bad.
you speak like Kokichi.
So Kaito's in there after all?
Don't be stupid. How many times are you going to be tricked by him? That's Kokichi pretending to be Kaito.
Hey now, Maki Roll. Don't you believe me?
Don't ever call me that!
Whoa there, chill. You really think I'm Kokichi? I mean, I guess I understand. Sorry, I can't really get out of this thing right now.
Why not?
I can't move because of the injury I got from Kokichi. It's so bad I can't even stand. That's why I'm in this exisal.
Is that so?
But if you guys don't believe me, then we can't move on. So, you're up, Shuichi.
What? Me?
Explain to everyone how I wasn't the one that died.
It was alive after all. No, maybe that's just what I want to believe. Is it really true? What story does the evidence tell? Does that story end with Kaito or Kokichi being the victim? I need to give a well-reasoned answer to that question, and soon. I can't look away from the truth. The victim in this case is...
Kaito.
I'm trying, I really am, but I can't think of anyone other than Kaito. So the evidence we have points to Kaito.
Hey, what's the matter, Shuichi? Just hurry up and tell everyone why I'm not dead.
Also,
Should
it's
be
so
easy.
stupid. Like, sure you can't stand. You're controlling an exisal. Can't you lift the lid of it
Yeah.
and show everyone your face at the very least?
And be like, hi, everyone.
Yeah, so therefore, you're fucking lying. Oh, well.
No, I won't. Because you're not Kaito. Kaito is already dead.
Despair will never die! Good! Good! This is already more entertaining! Now, the Ultimate Academy is proud to present its very own more phenomenal trial grounds! All right, let's give it everything we've got!
Split opinion. Monokuma just waits in every trial for this moment to come.
He loves it.
This... Which one is dead? Tokichi, it's Kaito. It's just me and Makiro.
I suspect
Yep.
that Kaito is inside the exisal.
I got this! Unless he comes out of the exisal, we can't confirm that.
He said that he can't leave the exisal because he's injured.
Lucky!
Anyone who knows about Kaito's injury can make that claim.
Is it possible that Kokichi got crushed instead of Kaito?
Lucky!
Did you watch the footage? Kaito was the one who got crushed.
But there was an arrow hole on Kokichi's shirt.
I got this! Kaito's clothes had arrow holes too.
I want to believe Kaito is still alive and defeated the mastermind.
Mastermind are alive, which one?
Mastermind.
Lucky!
The mastermind is still alive. Inside that exisal.
Why are you so opposed to Kaito?
I got this! Because the evidence doesn't support the claim that Kaito is still alive.
This is our answer.
I'll counter. Meliodas. Anyway.
I don't want to believe it. In a way, I still can't. But the evidence shows that Kaito must be the one who died. I hate it. I hate it so much. But it's the truth.
I see. If that's the conclusion you've arrived at, Shuichi, then there must be no mistake.
Then the one here is...
Looks like I messed around too much.
Sorry, that was just a little joke.
What a sick joke!
You're still an asshole.
True.
I agree.
Can't forgive him. But we still need to stay calm, be rational. Because we need to get to the truth of Kaito's death.
Yeah! Just keep calm and carry on!
Why are you saying that? What part of that was calm?
Getting back on topic, why don't we examine the crossbow a little more closely? I think we need to get all the facts straight, so we don't fall for any more lies.
I agree, but... What do you think, Maki?
Fine.
Okay, let's discuss that then.
Why are you acting like you're in charge of things?
So if we assume that Kaito and I shot
Because
each
he's in
other
the
with
big robot,
crossbow,
that's why he's assuming he's in charge of things.
Right.
then the most efficient way to solve this is to set up a timeline of events.
Hey, I said, Why are you...
Alrighty then! Let the debate begin! When the crossbow fired,
Use the electro hammer.
what was even going on?
As if you need to ask, you were there!
The crossbow was in Kaito's possession first. He probably fired the first shot at Kokichi too.
Then Kokichi disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow, and returned fire.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one.
But only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still in my research lab.
Still.
Two. Try to find if you have that as evidence. Three arrows. Let's continue.
Only one arrow was fired. So how could they both shoot each other?
By the way, crossbow shots hurt a lot. My wound is still aching something fierce.
What was that just now? I feel like that goes against the information I have.
When the crossbow fired,
Somebody mentioned one
what
arrow.
was even going on?
As if you need to ask, you were there!
The crossbow was in Kaito's possession first. He probably fired the first shot at Kokichi too. Then
Kokichi disarmed Kaito, took the crossbow,
and returned
fire.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one.
But only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still in my research lab.
Still, one arrow was fired.
No.
I
Oh,
missed.
fuck.
So how could they...
Love that.
First,
You know, it adds to the difficulty, but those moving around is
Took the
quite
crossbow,
annoying.
and returns fire.
I didn't take the crossbow from Kaito. I secretly brought a different one.
But only one crossbow was taken. The other two are still in my research lab.
Still, only one arrow was fired.
That's wrong! Wait, Himiko. What do you mean, one arrow?
Eh? Well, I only gave Kaito one arrow, so...
What?
Are you positive?
But Kaito,
Of course! There's no way I
Okay.
got that wrong!
so Kaito only had one arrow hole in his sleeve, and that's the only place I think that we know of. But Kokichi had a lot of holes
Yeah,
in
at
him.
least two.
Yeah.
There were 3 arrows that we found at the scene, but she says she only brought one to Kaito.
I
Well
see.
then, that's strange, because... there were 3 arrows in the bathroom, remember?
3? I know I only gave him one! Kaito even told me to only bring him one. He said he wanted to avoid fighting.
There were 3 arrows at the scene, but Himiko said that she only brought one. What is going on here?
maybe Kokichi had some hidden away?
Why would Kokichi have 2 arrows when he didn't have a crossbow to fire them?
But we know for certain that 3 arrows were recovered from the scene. And all 3 arrows had blood on them.
And altogether, their clothes had 3 perforations in them. So we know for certain that they shot 3 arrows at each other.
Where did those arrows come from? I don't think that Himiko is lying. There must be some angle to this we haven't considered yet. What is it? What could have happened? Think. I need to think. Is this gonna be a psych taxi?
Knew it. Thinking time.
Thinking time. Ow.
Shuichi got his driver's license off of a cereal box. He's driving on the middle lane.
Yeah.
Not in the middle lane, but in the middle.
Yeah, between the lanes. Ah. How many arrows did Himiko give Kaito?
Who knows?
You think she's telling the truth, so yes, 1.
It's a sin she is, anyway.
Well, she already had her whole thing. I don't think she's lying again.
Yeah.
Plus, even if she did bring more, that would have... Why would she lie about that, of all things?
Right. Kokichi.
Kokichi pictures. Oh no.
Do, do, do.
Ding, ding, ding. Tamed hit it on a
Oh my... Wait, so that's where you get the others?
I guess.
No way. Were all the arrows inside the hangar from the start?
Now, I would say no, because why would he have them, right?
Yeah. He could have used an exisal, so it doesn't make any sense.
Right. Who brought the 2 arrows? There's the real
I
question.
want to say Kaito had them on him.
It's possible, I guess, but what else do we have? What are our options? Himiko, Kokichi, or a third party? There is no Kaitos.
I'll say a third party. Yeah.
I mean, that was the closest to Kaitos, so that's why I went to that one, but yes.
It connects! Could it be that the additional arrows were brought in by a third party?
A third party? So someone besides Kokichi or Himiko?
That's just a guess, though. There's no way a third party exists.
If a third party did exist, why would they bring 2 arrows?
Kaito was the only one with a crossbow. I made sure I handed it to him.
Kaito said he only needed 1 arrow. Clearly, he didn't want to fight.
Yeah, that's right.
So the other 2 arrows weren't for Kaito. They were for the third party to use themselves.
So the third party didn't hand the arrows through the window. Instead, they went into the hangar and shot the crossbow themselves?
Impossible. There was an alarm system and an electric barrier around the hangar.
Yeah. That hangar should have been completely closed off, right?
Completely closed off, but can we confirm that? I feel like there might be another way, some way that we haven't figured out yet. I'm overlooking something. Think. What method did the third party use to enter the hangar? No,
Exisal.
hangman's gambit. Exisal, is that bit there?
Yep. Keep an eye.
Okay.
I see now.
I see now.
Yeah. Because the hammer.
That's it! The exisal! The exisal could be used to enter the hangar. We couldn't get in because of the alarm system and the electric barrier. But that shouldn't have been a problem for any of the exisals, right? So if you wanted to enter the hangar, all you had to do was pilot an exisal.
I saw an exisal enter the hangar last night. So was this third party piloting it?
By the way, I just want to confirm something with Monokuma. Would the alarm still go off if there was a person inside an exisal?
Well, I wasn't trying to keep this secret, but since it's about the details of the hangar, I guess I can tell you guys. It makes sense that the alarm system and electric barrier wouldn't react to an exisal. After all, the hangar is where the exisals are supposed to be stored. It'd be a hassle to disable the security every time an exisal comes and goes, you know? So even if someone is inside an exisal, the security system wouldn't catch them. Because it'd be a hassle to leave the exisal every time you have to put it away.
So it's like Shuichi said? A third party got in an exisal and entered the hangar?
But can just anyone pilot an exisal?
Well, Kokichi,
It's surprisingly easy. If you use both hands, both feet, and both nipples, you can do it.
Wow.
Nipples too!
Anyway, this third party commandeered an exisal and infiltrated the hangar. That same person must have brought the other two arrows with them.
I told you
Maki.
that's impossible.
Huh?
There's no way you can get through security if you pilot an exisal. It's not
Oh,
possible.
God. Oh, God. You are not making yourself
Not
look good.
possible.
Maki, what are you talking about? What are you thinking? What do you know? Why are you trying to hide it? Why? Why won't you tell me?
Okay, let's find the thing that contradicts it.
Yeah.
if someone was piloting the exisal,
Hangar's front shutter?
they could have used it to enter the hangar.
That's not possible.
Is operating the exisal really that difficult?
Do we even know how to get inside an exisal? Outside the hangar, there were 4 exisals. And they were all moving too.
I was controlling them remotely.
Electro hammers weren't an option. Yesterday, all the hammers were still.
That is not true.
That's wrong! Wait, not all of the electro hammers were being charged. I know because I found one. There was a used electro hammer near Monokuma and the exisals.
Is that electro hammer used by the third party? Maybe they used it to disable an exisal.
Yes, I think so. When I saw them last afternoon, there were 4 exisals.
Actually, you know what's
But this
strange?
morning, there were only 3.
If they use that, wouldn't that completely shut off the function of the exisal itself?
Maybe they use it and it like temporarily shuts down the exisal, and then you open it, and then you wait a little bit, and then it will power back up again. Because the electro hammers aren't like the bomb; it doesn't last too long anyway. So
Oh yeah, fair enough.
I assume that's how it would take. Yes.
I noticed that too. Was the missing exisal taken by this third party?
Yeah, when we were using the hammers on the Death Road of Despair, the stuff behind me was starting to reactivate as I was running through it, so it only stays down for like a few seconds and then starts to get back up.
Yeah.
Shuichi is getting warmer. How about you say the answer right now? Who did it? Who is this third party?
Maki.
The identity of the third party. The electro hammer gives us a clue. I saw 4 exocells at the scene yesterday when I went to meet up with Kaito. I feel like he just said this like 2 seconds ago. This morning when we were trying to get into the hangar, there were 3. The culprit must have used the electro hammer between yesterday afternoon and this morning. There's only one person among us that I think could do that.
It's you! Maki, you're the third party we're looking for, aren't you?
What? It's Maki?
What are you saying?
Remember what Kokichi said.
Be careful, the electro hammer runs out of battery pretty quickly. So if you use it against an exocell, it'll run out of juice with just one shot, got it?
The electro hammer needs to be recharged for 24 hours after it runs out of battery. That hammer was used last afternoon, so it couldn't have been used this morning.
Oh, right. When we were all gathered in the dining hall this morning.
Maki, where's your electro hammer? I don't need it. I'd rather not use a weapon I'm unfamiliar with. This is much better. A knife? Well, I suppose you know best.
Maki was the only one without an electro hammer, wasn't she?
Knowing that, the electro hammer I found could only have belonged to Maki. And that leads me to the conclusion that Maki must be the third party. She also knows how to assemble the crossbow and could have returned it to her lab later.
You brought a different crossbow than the one Kaito had, right?
Maki took 2 arrows and her own crossbow from her lab, disabled the exocell with an electro hammer, and infiltrated the hangar. Now we just have to figure out what happened after—
I'll kill your logic.
I see.
Why are you doing this?
What?
Why are you getting in my way?
Getting in your way? Maki, what are you—
Yes, I'm the third party.
Huh?
I admit to going into the hangar with an exocell, and then shooting the crossbow. I didn't kill anyone. I'm not the culprit!
Well, we didn't say you're the culprit, but
Yeah, you're the only one going there.
yeah.
You're right. I used the electro hammer. And I used the exocell to enter the hangar, too. I also shot the crossbow there. However, I am not the culprit. Because the crossbow is not the murder weapon.
Bleed luck. Oh my goodness.
The crossbow is not the murder weapon? What do you mean?
The arrows left holes in their clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
Unless you use
That's
poison.
why the crossbow can't be the murder weapon.
Yeah.
Therefore, I'm not the culprit.
Poison.
I
Maybe
don't want to
fire
think that Maki
the...
is the culprit. I want to believe her. The way she's scrambling to defend herself.
The arrows left holes in their clothes. Think about the locations of the wounds. They were on his arm and back. An arrow to each of those spots wouldn't result in a fatal injury.
I'll cut through your words! It wouldn't matter where the arrow hit if it were poisoned.
Poison?
I noticed something about the poison in my lab during the investigation. There was just a little less in the bottle than before. If that poison had been applied to those arrows, they would have been lethal, no matter where they connected.
Maki, do you have a rebuttal?
What's the matter? Why don't you say anything? Don't tell me. Are you really the culprit?
There's no way she is! 'Cause Why would she kill Kaito?
She didn't kill him.
I can't understand if you don't explain anything.
Oh my god.
Maki is still fighting.
Huh? Fighting?
Do you remember that Maki said she would do anything to defeat Kokichi? Maki is trying to kill Kokichi in this class trial. She wants to kill the mastermind, a remnant of despair.
Then when Maki said she would sacrifice anything, she meant...
Sacrifice that Maki is talking about must be
Kaito.
Kaito's life.
Well, it would actually be all of us.
So you want that one?
Yeah, but
That's it!
It would include
Yeah.
Kaito in any way whatsoever,
She plans
yes.
to sacrifice all of our
Right.
lives in order to kill Kokichi.
Sacrifice us?
Then by hiding the truth,
sacrifice.
Maki was trying to get us to arrive at the wrong answer. Just to kill Kokichi and the rest of us along with him?
Doesn't that mean that Maki's the culprit?
She knew what happened and tried to hide it from us.
But that mischievous plan was ruined, all thanks to Shuichi here. Too bad, Maki. I already predicted this would happen.
You knew all along that Maki was the culprit. That's why you've been so calm.
This isn't over. Maybe we do have the truth now, but this isn't over. We have a choice to make. We don't have to follow where the evidence leads.
Huh? What do you mean?
Does this mean you're gonna vote for someone else, even if it's not the truth?
Someone else? You mean vote incorrectly on purpose?
What did you say?
Kaito told me that only I would be able to grasp what lies beyond the truth. That means finding the truth is not enough. We need to grasp the hope just beyond it. So Maki, please tell us the truth. The truth that only you know.
So Kaito said that to you. Then, does that mean you guys made up before he died?
Yeah, when I went to see him yesterday.
I see. Okay, I'll talk about it. Especially since it's my responsibility for involving everyone. Shuichi, you're so persistent. Were you always like that?
You think so? Maybe Kaito's charisma is starting to rub off on me.
That guy could be pretty stubborn.
Then what really happened?
Maki, please tell us.
Please.
And so, Maki began telling the truth. A truth that would leave us all in shock.
Don't just
No
start
way.
narrating things, you're ruining the mood!
Well, I guess this turn of events isn't exactly boring either.
Intermission.
Yes.
Do you want to save? I mean, why the heck not?
Yeah, it'd save us from going back if something happened. So yes.
We just suddenly become really bad at the game and keep losing.
Well now.
And then the Monokuma and Cubs theater segment began. But with all the Monokubs destroyed, this segment was no longer possible. And so, the curtain quickly fell. Oh, okay, sure.
Class trial, resume.
The flashback light became the motive. When Kokichi remembered that he was a remnant of despair, I planned to kill him. I thought that if I killed him, this game, and the battle between hope and despair, would end. I was confident in my talent as an assassin. I knew I would be able to do it.
We've tried to end this killing game before, but...
You were naive.
Huh?
That's what I thought. I knew Kokichi would take advantage of my naivete, simply because it's him.
Maki totally gets me.
That's why. I needed to settle it myself. I took the poison arrows and the crossbow, and broke into the hangar with an exisal. But when I entered the hangar, I saw something I never expected. Kaito and Kokichi were fighting each other. Kokichi was shot in the arm with a crossbow arrow, probably by Kaito when he fought back. Both of them stopped and looked at the exisal, most likely surprised by its sudden appearance. Kokichi immediately took out his remote and attempted to control the exisal I was in. I jumped out of the exisal before he could, and shot Kokichi in the back with an arrow. That should have been enough to stop him, since the arrow was coated with poison.
The Strike 9 poison, correct? But why pick that particular poison? Some of the poisons in my lab were far more lethal.
I wanted Kokichi to confess his true intentions before he died. And find out why he was always lying and trying to confuse us.
What do you mean?
If he was the mastermind, it would have been easier for him to hide in the shadows, right? He could have made it seem as if the late Junko was secretly behind this killing game. That way, he could reveal himself as the surprise mastermind to liven up the game. Because of his suspicious actions, anyone would already suspect him as the mastermind. Especially with that message in the courtyard. Kokichi said it was a hint, but was it necessary for him to go out of his way just for a hint?
As a remnant of despair, I imagine he wanted to feel the despair of his plan being thwarted.
I think that if he wanted the thrill, he would have carried out the plan carefully. So when his carefully laid out plan goes to waste, he would be in utter despair.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Maki must have wanted to hear it directly from Kokichi himself.
But it was pointless. I was a fool for thinking I could have a serious talk with him.
What are you talking about? Remnants of despair? What's that? I don't understand anything you're saying. But anyway, why are you starting up the killing game when it should have ended? You already know it's all meaningless, and that I'm the mastermind. Do you love killing that much?
Shut up, you asshole! I realized it was pointless to continue the conversation, so I shot the final arrow. But then... What?
Kaito protected Kokichi?
Why? Why would Kaito protect Kokichi?
At that moment, my mind went blank. I knew I had to do something about the poison. I rushed to Shuichi's research lab for the antidote.
So you didn't have the antidote with you at the time?
I used Strike 9 poison to torture Kokichi for info, but I planned to kill him from the start.
That's so mean!
But that was my first mistake. Because of that...
You what?
I ended up killing Kaito. When I returned with the antidote, the hangar shutter had been closed. I assumed it was Kokichi's doing. But because of that, I couldn't enter the hangar anymore. I needed to give Kaito the antidote somehow, so I went to the bathroom window. Kaito, can you hear me? Quick, drink this antidote! After calling out to him, I chucked the antidote through the bathroom window. Kaito noticed it and grabbed the antidote. But Kokichi stole it from him.
Sorry, but I can't die here. Since I'm the mastermind of this killing game.
Wait! There's only one antidote!
Oh, you don't have to worry about Kaito. He fulfilled his dream, right? He already went to space.
Damn it!
Stop!
Phew, I feel so much better. I guess that's a wrap. Or maybe not, because now another class trial is going to start.
Class trial?
You'll be the Blackened for this case, you know. The Blackened who killed Kaito.
I killed...
Shut it! Screw the class trials. Like hell am I gonna let you have your way?
Kaito! Why did you protect Kokichi? If you didn't help him, then...
I couldn't help it. Even if it's Kokichi, I can't have you kill anybody.
What?
Aww, Kaito wasn't protecting me. He was protecting Maki. The situation just got way worse, huh? Maki is gonna become the Blackened responsible for killing you. All because you protected me!
Don't you worry, Makiro. I'm not gonna die that easily. Just leave it to me. I'll put an end to this killing game.
You're still full of energy, even like that. You really are not boring.
What?
I want to see what a dying Kaito can do. So, show me what you've got. I won't meddle with your plans.
What are you...
Don't mind me. Run, Makiro. Just hurry up and run. Run and live. You gotta live.
But I refused to give up. I tried to enter the hangar by breaking the control panel with my knife. In the end, I couldn't.
So that's where the marks on the control panel came from, huh?
After that, I returned to the bathroom window once more, but I didn't see anyone. The bathroom door was closed. I called out, but neither Kaito nor Kokichi answered. I couldn't do anything anymore. All I could do was leave. That's when I made up my mind. As the Blackened who killed Kaito, I would kill Kokichi during this class trial, in exchange for all of your lives.
So that's what happened.
Then Kokichi, knowing what he knew, still helped Maki cover up her crime?
Was that why you smushed Kaito in the hydraulic press?
Kaito wanted Maki to be spotless. As his friend, I felt obliged to help him.
How dare you make fun of him! You call yourself a friend? You enjoyed watching us suffer!
She brought a knife to the trial.
And Kokichi brought an axe as well.
Fucking asshole!
Ooh, Maki is so scary. Good thing I'm in this exosol. Pretty sure Maki would have already killed me if I was out there in the flesh. So, what are everyone's plans now? With the truth out in the open, who are you guys gonna vote for? You can vote for me, but if you do, we'll all die together. Or vote for Maki and live. Well, choose whichever you want. I don't care either way.
Why? Why are you so calm? Your life depends on this too.
Who cares? Just choose already. Come on, who are you gonna vote for?
No, we can't vote yet. We don't have the whole truth. This case isn't over.
Huh?
Thank you for telling us everything, Maki. Thanks to you, I finally understand. There's another hidden truth within your testimony.
A hidden truth?
Yes, I'm positive.
Nani to
Because
fuck?
there's something wrong with the testimony you've given us.
Part of Maki's testimony that doesn't add up. Which one?
Maki becoming the Blackened?
Part about Maki being
I
the
don't
black.
know.
There's no doubt that Kaito died from the poisoned arrow I shot.
Damn it!
Everyone's staring at me, I screwed up, they think I'm a fraud!
I don't know.
Which one?
Kokichi drinking the antidote? I'm grasping at straws. I don't know.
Did Kokichi really drink the antidote?
Antidote.
I saw him do it, so there's no doubt.
Damn it!
Oh no!
Yes. We expect you to know.
It's gotta
what
be this one,
Kokichi's
right? Because
thinking.
we know the control panel was damaged, right? We saw that.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Wait, did that Kaito's action?
Oh no!
What?
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's not damaged?
That's it!
Okay, what?
Maki said she used a knife to try to break the control panel and enter the hangar. But that doesn't make sense, because there's an alarm system on the shutter.
Oh yeah, the alarm wasn't reactivated.
Oh, yeah!
Yeah.
The alarm should have gone off if someone got close to the shutter.
I was too focused to notice at the time. But now that you mention it, it is odd.
Maybe the sensor just missed her.
Nah, the security there isn't that sloppy. If a shady person got near the shutter, the alarm would have gone off without question.
Then why didn't the alarm go off?
Like I told you, this isn't over. There's still a hidden truth to find.
That's right, there must be some kind of reason behind all these oddities. Finding that reason will help us find the hidden truth.
Actually, game.
Actually.
I did attempt to enter the hangar. And I tried to destroy the control panel with my knife. At the time, the alarm system didn't go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated with 100% certainty.
Maybe it was just broken.
Perhaps it was turned to a special setting?
Or maybe Maki is telling a lie. Did you really try to break the control panel with a knife?
I'm not going to tell any more lies.
Seems like the alarm system itself is working properly. So what can we learn from that?
I did attempt to enter the hangar.
Electro bomb.
And I tried to destroy the control
Yeah.
panel with my knife. At the time,
So
the
she
alarm
had
system didn't
multiple.
go off.
But if you had approached the shutter, the alarm would have activated.
Maybe this?
Yeah.
That's wrong!
Let's see what we get out of this.
There is a way to disable the alarm system. An electro bomb would take it down.
But Maki only had one bomb, and she used it during the raid this morning.
Then the only other person who could have used one is Kokichi, right?
Huh? Why would I use an electro bomb? I had no reason to shut off the alarm, right? I'd be at a disadvantage if I did that.
I guess so. I can't come up with a reason why Kokichi would want to cut the alarm.
We know that the alarm system was neutralized. Has to be. Had to be. In that case, then...
I've got it! Disabling the alarm system wasn't the real objective.
What?
The main objective of Kokichi using an electro bomb was... disable the press's safety function.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it!
So he was actually the one who killed Kaito.
Just to deactivate the safety function on the press.
Deactivate the safety function?
The electro bomb wouldn't have just taken down the alarm system. It also would have disabled the hydraulic press's safety function.
That's true, but why would he do that?
There's only one reason that anyone would want to do that. But if I'm right, it means that we've been thinking about this all wrong.
All wrong.
What aspect of this case runs contrary to the new evidence?
Kaito's... the credibility of the video?
Maybe...
Mastermind of the killing
Maybe the bomb
game.
affected the death video somehow.
The bomb interferes with communication. I don't think it's affected the video camera.
Damn it!
Oh no, they think I'm a fraud! Okay, what else you want? This one?
Kaito's cause of death.
That's it!
Yeah.
Yeah, because that makes sense actually. You should have thought about it.
Kaito's cause of death.
It's okay.
What?
If the electro bomb was used while Maki was trying to deliver the antidote, maybe Kaito didn't die by poison. It could be something else entirely.
Yes, the cause of death could now be... the hydraulic press.
Hydraulic press.
This is it!
Go back to where we thought it was at the very beginning, which was
The
that it was the
hydraulic
killing
press.
thing.
Kaito
Yep.
could have been killed by the
We
press
were right
after
the
all.
first time.
What? He could have?
If the safety was off, The press could have crushed Kaito while he was still alive.
Right after I threw the antidote, I tried to open the shutter. So, Kaito should have still been alive.
And if he was crushed by the hydraulic press after that, then we have our cause of death.
If that's the case, it'd mean the one who killed Kaito wasn't Maki.
It would be whoever was operating the hydraulic press. Kokichi.
I see. Very impressive. The hydraulic press could have been the cause of death. But that's just a possibility.
What do you mean?
It's possible that I killed Kaito with the press, but there's no way to know. Kaito's death could have been either the poison arrow or the hydraulic press. Both causes are possible, but you'll never be able to determine it. No matter what.
No matter what?
That's not true. We can probably solve this mystery too. Right, Shuichi?
Is it really possible to determine Kaito's actual cause of death?
Yes.
So Kaito's cause of death, poison air with hydraulic press. Is it possible to tell? I want to say yes.
Yes.
No, there's no evidence that determines the cause of death absolutely. Huh? Shuichi? It can't be. I don't want to accept it either. I don't want to believe it, but I guess
We're
it
going
is.
to die.
Hard. It's pretty hard, I guess.
I hate to admit it, but Kokichi is right. We have no way to prove the cause of death.
What did you say?
You can't check the body, and you don't have any conclusive evidence. You can't deduce any more from here on out. There's no way to know what happened. But I know, because I was actually involved.
So that's what you were trying to do. You were trying to commit an unsolvable murder.
Do you finally get it? Yep, that was my plan. The gimmick of this murder case isn't the unknown victim, but rather the unknowable culprit. No one understands but me. Only I know the answer. There's no more room for deduction here. Choose the culprit with your own intuition.
Intuition?
Are you troubled? I'm sure robots don't have intuition, right? But there's nothing you can do about it. This is just how the trial goes.
Okay, I know I'm grasping at straws here, but didn't Kaito's body look like he was putting a thumbs up? Why would he be putting a thumbs up if he was, like, dead?
Right. So you think that implies he was definitely still alive at that point.
Right.
Let me look at the video again. Well, I guess it could be a thumbs up. It could also just be him resting like that. I don't know.
Maybe.
So, who is the culprit? Maki
I'd be completely
or
wrong.
me?
I mean, logically, you would vote for Kokichi no matter what, because if it is Maki who did it, then Kokichi will die if you vote for Kokichi. But if it's Kokichi that did it, then voting for Kokichi will kill Kokichi. So either way, we must vote for Kokichi to kill him.
Right.
The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
Oh, is it really? Okay. Kokichi?
Yep. It's Kaede, actually.
Hey! That's my line! I'm the one who decides when it's voting time!
Oh, come on. No one's gonna figure out the truth. Let's just vote already. This won't be a problem, right, Monokuma? Because you know who the culprit is, don't you? Just like you always do.
Huh? Yes, of course!
What kind of a reaction?
Yeah. They're acting in opposition of each
What did
other.
you say? Yes, of course I know.
Why do you seem so flustered?
Flustered? Me? What are you talking about?
What's going on with Monokuma right now?
Monokuma? Do you not know who the culprit is either?
Huh? Oh, what do you mean I don't know? What don't I know, huh?
You don't know, do you?
What does this mean? Why doesn't Monokuma know who the culprit is?
Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is either? Monokuma doesn't know. What does that tell us about this case? Wait, this case?
Yes, that's it! So that's what Kokichi's real objective was.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Kokichi wasn't just trying to commit a murder that we couldn't figure out. He was trying to commit a murder that Monokuma couldn't figure out either.
A murder Monokuma couldn't figure out?
But what's the point of that? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
But consider how many elements of this case would be cleared up. Prior to this case, Monokuma always knew the specific details of each crime, correct? That must mean that he was using some way of monitoring us.
Perhaps there are hidden cameras strategically placed to avoid our detection.
I can't say for certain, but he must be keeping watch somehow. Kokichi probably used the electrobomb to scramble whatever that was. The electrobomb would prevent any cameras from sending video wirelessly.
Which means it wouldn't matter where the surveillance cameras were hidden.
Like I said, what's the point? Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
No.
Before we
Not
determine
true.
that for sure, I want to make one thing clear. If the objective were to create a crime that would stump Monokuma, the exosols... Yes, the exosols weren't protecting Monokuma. They were...
Attacking him, bullying him, watching him, or admiring
Watching him.
That's it! They were watching Monokuma.
Watching him?
Yes. Remember what Monokuma said earlier in the investigation?
Well, at the time, the exosols were on autopilot and directed to only observe me.
If they were protecting him like bodyguards, they wouldn't have been facing him. They would have been scanning the area, watching us. But they weren't. That implies that they weren't watching us. They were watching him. They were trying to make sure that Monokuma wouldn't go near the crime scene.
That reminds me. Before I stole an exosol, all 4 units were focused on Monokuma. That's why when I stole one to enter the hangar, the other 3 didn't pursue me.
So Monokuma must have been talking about Maki.
If it puts someone at a disadvantage, the class trial must always be fair. The person who shared that info with me didn't seem interested in sharing it with you guys. So, you share it instead. That way it'll be all fair. It'll be fair to all participants.
She didn't want to share that information because it would have linked her to the murder. In which case, it could only be Maki.
You're right.
So to summarize this discussion, Kokichi used the electro bomb in the hangar and the exosols to watch Monokuma, thereby creating a scenario in which Monokuma has no idea who the culprit is?
I told you there's no point. Kokichi's the one who's controlling Monokuma.
Oh my
No.
god.
Kokichi might not be controlling Monokuma at all.
Otherwise, why would he do that? You fucking
Kokichi's
imbecile.
the mastermind, right? Shouldn't he be controlling Monokuma?
Whatever.
Kokichi might not be the mastermind.
He was just lying again.
Yes, he's lying the whole time.
Remember that the only reason we think that is because Kokichi told us. Monokuma hasn't said a word about that. It's possible that Kokichi is just lying to us.
No way I lied! I'm definitely controlling Monokuma. The mastermind of the killing game is totally me. The one who pitted humanity's last survivors against each other is... all me, baby.
Right. He's a remnant of despair. How'd we forget
But that doesn't necessarily mean that he's the mastermind.
Well, I guess. But is that really possible?
Well, Monokuma?
I can't answer that without causing problems, because I gotta run this trial fair and square.
Even more reason to give us the answer. If you don't tell us the truth right now, you'll be an accomplice to Kokichi's lies. Does that sound like a fair game? Would you say this class trial is fair?
Yeah, tell us! Is Kokichi the real mastermind or not?
No need to think about it. You're being way too forward, you know?
Aren't you normally the forward one? I mean, I don't mind, because that's probably part of your strategy, too. But in the interest of fairness, I suppose it's time to tell the truth. Unlike the lies you love so much, the truth should be impartial to everyone.
And what is that truth?
I'm not being controlled by Kokichi, because he's not the mastermind.
Monica.
Is that really true?
Kokichi was just messing with you. I never once said he was the mastermind.
Then it was all Kokichi's lie?
Yeah, that is what that would mean. With the key from the last motive, he was the first to learn the truth of the outside world. Based on his deductions, he fabricated a lie to make you all think he was the mastermind.
I see. Kokichi's own deductions.
You want to know? Then I'll tell you. I'm getting kind of bored with all the lies. Everything I say now will be the truth, okay?
His deductions got a lot of details right, though. Pretty impressive, honestly.
But what about the Exosols? If Kokichi wasn't the mastermind, how'd he control them so easily?
He just used Mew's remote control, right?
Mew's remote control.
So the remote that Kokichi was using was made by Mew?
Oh, you didn't know? Mew not only invented the electro bomb and the electro hammer,
Thanks, she invented a lot of useful stuff that she never gave
also
anyone.
made a remote control that can hijack any electronic device. Kokichi just slapped a receiver on each of the Exosols and took them for a spin.
Holy shit.
Hey, isn't it a bit unfair to tell them all
Oh,
that?
a receiver. Okay. So then, if you have the receiver, then it doesn't really matter exactly what the item is. You're kind of like gaining control of it anyway.
Fairness has nothing to do with it. I offered up that info purely out of spite. Spite towards you for trying to usurp the mastermind's role and take over the game.
Well, whatever. It's way more interesting to defeat an enemy who plays dirty anyway.
What's going on? It seems like they're actually fighting.
There's no doubt about it. Kokichi isn't the mastermind.
Were we just being dragged around by Kokichi's lies the whole time?
What were you trying to accomplish by pretending to be the mastermind, Kokichi?
Yeah! Now you're gonna be all quiet? This is so frustrating.
Then if he's not the mastermind, who is?
Why are you so certain there's even a mastermind to begin with?
Is there someone controlling you?
What?
What do you mean?
Why, that's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know.
But I wanna know.
The real mastermind is not Kokichi. Who could it be? I was thinking it was Junko Enoshima, but that can't be it. She's dead.
No.
We've never come into contact with her. If so, who's done this? Who planned this killing game?
Anyway, this conversation has flown off the rails. Let's get things back on track. This class trial is to figure out who the culprit is, not the mastermind. So, yeah, get to talking.
I agree. Before we worry about who the mastermind is or what my intent is, let's figure out the culprit!
But Monokuma doesn't know who it is. How is he supposed to confirm the results?
We don't need to worry about that. Let's just leave the decision-making to Monokuma. But you gotta run the class trial too. So no mistakes, okay?
Are you trying to get me to do something?
You've been watching us solve all these cases, but you can't be a spectator anymore. You're gonna participate in the class trial from here on out. So, let's resume this class trial. Monokuma, you gotta use your brain too. This will be the final class trial. Me versus Monokuma.
You versus Monokuma?
When I play a game, I intend to win. But what's considered winning in this game? Beating the other players? No. Beating the game's mastermind is the true victory. And that's how I'll win! That's why I decided to challenge Monokuma! If I can deceive Monokuma till the very end, then I'll be the winner!
You're dragging us around like this? Just so you can win a game?
As I suspected, your thought process defies all logic.
But since the outside world is in total ruin, this game is the only entertainment we have. At least I can enjoy this game to the fullest and feel good winning.
You really are a remnant of despair. Your way of thinking is just chaotic.
Remnant of despair? Whatevs. Let's just get this started. If the students or Monokuma don't know who the culprit is, then I'm the winner!
Don't underestimate me, or Shuichi and the others for that matter.
What?
It's just like a remnant of despair to try to assume control of the game. But these kids are all that's left of Hope's Peak Academy. If you think they're gonna make this easy for you, you better think again.
Monokuma's on our side.
Whose side are you taking here?
Side? Isn't it obvious? Monokuma joins your party.
Oh, yes.
Monokuma, the ultimate despair headmaster.
Who invited you?
Amazing.
Now, let's join forces and unravel the truth behind this
Greatest
case.
trial in history.
Well, we were going to do it anyway.
Let's just ignore Monokuma. His actions are always beyond comprehension.
Yeah! Let's just focus on the case.
Hey, be quiet so we can ignore you.
Now, where should we start? We've already established what Kokichi is after.
He's just gonna keep talking anyway, isn't he?
In my experience, whenever you learn a new fact, you learn something else along with it.
Yes, let's look for that.
You warmed up to him real fast. I guess you are both robots.
Robophobic.
Yep. So, another truth comes out. That piece of evidence makes more sense now. The evidence that I couldn't wrap my head around. What evidence? Any idea? Like, Kokichi's disappearance?
Hey, I'm not really sure what it's implying now.
Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is. What evidence needs to be analyzed again?
The Monokuma file?
This?
There's nothing there to investigate, though, is there?
Right.
Well, yeah, because Kaito wasn't on there, so at least that needs to be changed, right? So maybe?
This?
I already know about that. We need evidence of what I don't know about.
I was wrong!
Okay, something he wouldn't know about.
Something he wouldn't know about. Wish we could stop time.
This? Only thing I can think of?
Well, let's give it a try.
Or the murder video?
We
I
can
don't
try
know.
again if it's
The
wrong.
murder video or the disappearance? Which one?
I guess the disappearance.
I was wrong!
It's okay. We could retry. It's okay.
We can't let... There is a way to disable the alarm.
Okay, how far back are
only
we?
other person who could have.
Huh? Why?
Okay, we just gotta go through a bunch of stuff. This time.
Oh.
Okay, we're not too far away. It'll go by fast with our button, don't worry. Because there was a lot of talking, you see. We weren't that many choices behind, but there was a lot of talking.
Credibility of...
That's it!
Oh. Yeah, okay, you're right. You remember my intent.
What was the question? Always an error. What is the other potential for the hydraulic press?
This is it!
Just a little bit behind, guys. We'll get out of here. Don't worry.
I don't think it's ever done that before, like pushed us
You
that
don't die that
block.
often. It's just wherever
Yeah,
it
it's
has,
true.
like, the quote-unquote checkpoint.
It is not possible. But yeah.
Gonna vote for Kichi again to keep the timeline pure.
Yeah. Wait.
Just declared war upon Monokuma.
Jeez, Kokichi's such an asshole.
I mean, there's something badass about not even being the mastermind, but just, like, taking over the whole thing.
I mean, yeah, it is cool.
That's it!
He is intelligent. I will give him that.
Just all this sound effects, no voices, just...
It's like Gen Z brain rot levels of noise. I guess Gen Alpha more like.
I don't even know which is which.
Gen Alpha is the most recent generation.
I see.
Gen Z is like late 90s, early 2000s.
Monokuma has joined the party. Okay, we're back to where we were.
Yep.
We had one other thing we wanted to try, right?
Yeah.
Murder video, perhaps?
Yeah, let's give it a shot.
This is it!
Okay.
Alright.
Let's discuss the video of Kaito being crushed by the hydraulic press. Kokichi said that he filmed that video to prove he was not the victim. But we know that Kokichi was trying to mislead Monokuma. So what about the video? It's pretty strange to present evidence that condemns you after all.
Then what kind of mistake was Kokichi trying to get me to make?
Maybe he crushed Kaito with a hydraulic press, so the cause of death would be unknown?
But if that were the only objective, there would be no need to film it. Discovering the crushed body would have been enough. No need to show us the film.
That's true.
I guess you're starting to fit in after all. You get any cuter, I'm gonna hug you.
Huh?
I'm gonna hug him anyway.
There must be a reason you went out of your way to show us the body being crushed.
Monokuma is great.
No reason, really. That's just my twisted personality.
You're lying again, Kokichi. There's a method to your madness. If you wanted Monokuma to make a mistake, then showing us the video. It must have something to do with trying to fool Monokuma. Taking the video of the murder, but keeping the victim's identity hidden. What does it show? What does it show? What doesn't it show? Okay, this is... What do you think?
I don't know.
Okay, me. Okay, it's victim. I mean, I think it does show the victim, but...
Yeah.
That's the only word I'm getting out of this, so...
Yeah, what are you getting out of this, Shuichi? They're just so similar in my brain for some reason.
Yeah, a lot of people make the mistake. Kokichi and Shuichi.
Oh.
The victim.
Okay.
Huh?
Is it even possible? No, that's a question for later. For now, we know that...
If you show the moment of Kaito's death, of course it would lead us to believe he died. Even if we can't positively identify the body, we would still believe Kaito was the victim. And that might be exactly the mistake Kokichi was going for.
Does that mean the victims were switched?
Switched? Then it was some other dead body that got crushed by the hydraulic press?
What?
Where would he even get another body?
There should be plenty to choose from if you reuse the body of a former victim.
Oh, that was a different game.
If there was an unknown body, then we could guess the victim was switched. But too bad. Switching the victims was impossible.
It does look like a thumbs up, doesn't it?
The footage showed the body being crushed.
It does, but again, it's not inclusive. That could just be the way his hand was, you know?
When in the
I
footage
realize.
would they have been able to switch the victim?
I
And
was just
we
asking
already
a question.
established that the footage was not doctored in any way.
Wait. Let me look at the camera. Our murder video doesn't have the camera here, does it? I just remember him saying something like it has a pause feature. So what if you like film it going down, and then right when it gets about to crush, you just like pause, and then you like switch to people, and then resume the video.
Yeah, whenever his body is like obscured.
Yeah.
The camera doesn't have any editing functions.
There, he said again,
Just play,
pause.
record, and pause. Monokuma also said that no computer was used to edit the footage. Remember?
Damn it! Me and my big mouth!
Which means switching out the victim would not be possible. Also, if the victim was switched, then that would mean Kaito is still alive. We already discussed this so many times. The chance of that happening is
It might be possible.
Huh?
There could be a trick to make the switch possible. We just haven't noticed it yet.
Oh, and what trick is that? See? You don't know, do you? I already said it's impossible.
Maki's not wrong. There is a way it could be done. So we can't just give up here.
Hey, Shuichi. I'll think harder about this as well. So, can you confirm whether or not the victims switch places? If Kaito is alive or not?
Maki,
I don't like the thought that I killed Kaito. I don't want that.
Okay then. Let's talk about the possibility that Maki-ro mentioned.
Himiko, if you call her that again...
Yes, please.
Oh, okay.
He's not mad about the Maki-ro anywhere. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a tough situation
Let's all
anyway.
talk it over together.
Together. Don't forget, you're not alone. Don't try to do everything yourself. It's only gonna wear you out. When times are hard, you gotta rely on your friends.
yeah, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Jeez, you guys are a stubborn bunch. There's no trick.
That's probably another lie.
However, if the victims were switched, then that would mean the footage was altered. How could it have been altered when we know that the footage wasn't edited?
If we could figure that out, maybe we'd know how they switched places.
We already
I
discussed
knew there was
this.
a trick to that video the whole time. Kokichi made it, so it's 100% suspicious.
Trick to that video. What could it be? What's suspicious about it?
Impeccable timing if you pause it.
There must be some trick to that video.
That's what you all gotta figure out!
There is no trick. You can check, but there's no editing function in that camera.
Did the placement of that camera seem suspicious to any of you? The filming angle seemed unnatural, don't you think?
The person in that video. Was it really Kaito?
Something seemed off about that video to me. When the hydraulic press stopped for a brief moment.
Yeah, that,
Yeah,
Could
that-
it be
we're gonna shoot that next round.
that the video was shot at another location?
No, that's
Any other
different.
bright ideas?
yeah, that's,
Come on, everybody!
that's from 2.
I feel like someone said something that gives us a clue. If we put our heads together, we can find the smallest hope. We won't fall into despair.
There must be some trick to that video.
Like how because they saw that
That's what you all gotta figure
light
out!
about Junko and stuff, now they're always talking
There
in
is
hope
no
and despair terms.
Editing function in that camera.
Yeah,
Did the camera
an increasingly
filming angle
anime.
seemed unnatural, don't you think?
Really Kaito?
Press stopped for a brief moment.
Of course I miss.
Oh god.
Could it be
Oh fuck.
Fogged out. Like I said, oh, you're so cute when Monokuma talked.
some trick to that video?
That's what you all gotta
He is cute.
Function in that camera.
Did the placement of that
But very unfortunately used for awful
In
purposes.
that video.
Yeah.
Kaito?
When the hydraulic press stopped for...
Huh.
What? You think so too, right, Shuichi? The hydraulic press wouldn't stop when I lay underneath it, but it did stop for Kaito. This is obviously robophobia. I'll never forgive that bigoted hydraulic press.
Damn it!
I made a mistake. I need to think it over again. I mean, it was probably our
Must be
evidence
some
was
trick
wrong.
to that video.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
don't
the
know
safety
why.
function?
That's what you all gotta
I
figure
mean, I don't
out!
know.
There is no trick.
So it probably would have stopped, and then given him plenty of time. Once it stopped, he could have paused it immediately, switched it out for something else.
You can check, but there's no editing function.
I mean,
in
I don't know for sure.
Maybe
That's
the
just a
hydraulic
guess.
press because it says it has. Wait.
An up and down function?
It also features a safety function. Is the safety function the? I thought there was an emergency stop. I need that to be specifically mentioned.
The emergency stop is the safety function.
Okay,
The
then
placement of that camera
maybe
seemed
that's the answer. We'll try the other one. Get
Person in the
Press stopped for...
there we go. We just
I agree!
Yeah, I used the wrong thing. It's okay.
Kibo is onto
So-
something. Isn't it weird that the hydraulic press stopped for a second?
I know this is like awful timing, but can you pause the recording real quick?
yes, I will pause it. Everybody stand
Thank
by.
you.
Okay, we're back.
Because when Kibo and I first investigated that hydraulic press,
Yes, that's right. The hydraulic press kept lowering itself without stopping.
but in the video,
Yeah. Strange.
The hydraulic press stopped briefly, right before it crushed the body?
But Why would it stop?
Why did the press stop? There's only one reason I can think of.
Because Kaito was alive.
Because of the button, right? This emergency stop. That's the answer, right? This one. I just gotta unbury it. This covering. Why can't I click anymore?
Weird.
That's the emergency stop, right? I don't think the XSL was involved.
Nope.
The only way to stop the hydraulic press is the force stop button.
An electro bomb went off in the hangar, which would have interfered with the safety function. There'd be no way to stop the hydraulic press unless someone used the force stop button.
When you say someone, you mean Kokichi, right? He was the only one there.
Actually, maybe I pressed it by accident. I don't really remember. So what of it? The press only stopped for like a sec. You can't switch the victim in such a short time, can you?
That's true.
There's also the question of how the bodies got switched while the camera was rolling. That would have clearly been caught on camera.
But the camera was rolling.
Oh, I see. It wasn't just the press that stopped.
Huh? Huh? What do you mean?
If you stop something else at the same time you stop the hydraulic press,
Yes, I see it now. That's how the bodies are switched. If you stop that, you could have swapped the bodies easily. Okay, now we need to find the camera.
A second. Yeah.
It's in the middle. Okay. That XXX ray glasses are very useful. So now we know exactly
Yes,
what
it
we're going
is.
for.
Good thing we hung out with Miu.
Yeah.
Stupid.
I see it! The culprit stopped the video camera at the same time as the hydraulic press. Then, while the camera was off, they switched the body under the hydraulic press. After the body was swapped, the press and the camera were started simultaneously. So it just looks like the press stopped for a moment.
That's what I've been saying this whole time!
When did you ever say that?
So they stopped at the same time. The camera position did seem odd to me. But now I get it. The trick wouldn't work unless it was set up there.
Huh? Why?
To get the trick we just described to work, the camera had to be set up precisely.
Let's pin that down. Where was the camera set up? It's like up. Or is it here? Is it up here? Is it
It's like beside of the control panel, so close to it, very
Wait,
close.
this place.
Yeah.
There! The video camera must have been set up somewhere around here. To operate the press and the camera at the same time, you would have to be near the switch.
Yeah, you gotta be able to push them both at the same time, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the video was taken from that unnatural angle. If they were recording it like normal, they would have used a better angle.
How many times you're gonna see somebody get crushed?
And if
Who
it was
knows?
recorded at such an odd angle, then that proves the trick was used.
Camera angles, huh? Looks like your cosplayer experience is finally useful.
Well, cosplay doesn't really come up all that much in class trials.
There was a reason the camera was set up there, but also a reason for the height.
So that you couldn't tell who's in there once it got to a certain point.
When the press was stopped,
Yep.
you couldn't really see who was inside it, correct? That was intentional. The body is mostly hidden by the press, making the swap easier.
The camera must have been placed at such a high position so it would produce that angle.
I wonder if they used that tripod in the hangar to adjust the camera's height.
Did they get that from the warehouse too? Jeez, that place is like a 4D pocket.
You don't get to make that reference.
Then, that logic is correct, right? Kokichi used that video angle trick and switched the victim in the hydraulic press. In that case, Kaito is...
Before he was crushed by the press, he was swapped with a different body. So Kaito's still alive!
Well, wait just a minute.
What? But I just summed it up so nicely.
Himiko, the different body you mentioned, what are you talking about?
The bodies from the other cases. Kokichi's the mastermind, so he... Eh? Wait, the mastermind?
Yeah, Kokichi isn't the mastermind, so I don't think he'd be able to produce a body to switch out.
What?
Well, Monokuma, do the rules allow for a body to be reused?
Very well, I'll answer that.
You're giving in pretty easily.
Well, it's crucial information to make the trial fair. This discussion is pointless if it's not clear what the culprit was allowed to do, right?
You're a convenient mastermind, but I guess that makes defeating you worth my time.
Now then, regarding the reuse of a dead body. That is impossible! All the dead bodies have already been thrown away.
Thrown away?
The other bodies are... gone? Then who did Kaito switch places with?
Ichi and Kaito were the only ones in the hangar at that time. They were the only ones present during the body swapping trick. And the real victim was... people who switched places in the hydraulic press. I mean,
The third party, yes.
well, who is it?
I don't know.
Everyone is here alive, though, so...
Okay, just go
Other person
whatever
in the-
you think it is. You're smarter than me.
It wasn't an old body, it could only be...
What's wrong, Shuichi? Who did Kaito switch places with?
Maki, I think I missed something very important here.
Something important?
If I have the timeline right, there were only 2 people in the hangar at the time. Which means that something had to have been decided before. I have to pin that down. Can't let anything escape me this time. Hangman's Gambit. Oh my goodness, double words.
What the... Oh god.
Oh no.
This is horrible.
The victim, perhaps? I mean, victim's the only word I can think of.
Yeah, victim. Yeah, the second thing, I don't know.
I don't know, we don't have an H. It starts with an H. Victim. Victim height? No, how would that help? Victim height.
Pause and think.
Unfortunately, I don't think we can pause here. They thought about how many easy it was to pause in all the other games, so took that ability away.
Yeah.
E. Victim.
Victim helper.
That's all I can think. Victim helped, rather. The victim was in on the plan.
What? What? What do you mean?
I can't believe I overlooked this.
What do you mean?
There were only 2 people in the hangar at the time the bodies were swapped. Which means they were working together.
What?
Working together?
The only 2 people involved in the swap were the victim and the culprit. The culprit was operating the camera and the hydraulic press, while the victim lay inside. If they switched places while the press and the camera were stopped, then the person who turned the camera and the press back on was the original victim. To put it simply, both people operated the press and camera at different times. An impossible trick, unless the victim and culprit agreed to cooperate beforehand.
The victim and culprit cooperated? Is that even possible?
It sounds bizarre, but perhaps that was the whole point. Commit a crime that was so confusing, even Monokuma would be tricked.
Jeez, this culprit's a real jerk.
I agree.
So, have you realized who done it yet?
So it
Culprit
would
of
have
the
to be
case.
Kaito under that
Right.
circumstance.
If my detective work hasn't failed me, the culprit is inside that exisal.
Oh god.
It can only be them.
Oh no. Oh no.
Kaito.
I was lagging really, really hard.
Ah. Well, who's
Yeah, Kaito.
working now, right? No more lag.
Yeah, we're all good.
Okay.
The apparent
Why the fuck
victim
are
we
you
saw in
doing
the
this,
video
Kaito?
was Kaito, which means Kokichi was operating the hydraulic press and camera at first. If the 2 of them switched while the press was stopped, then the culprit who started the hydraulic press again and crushed Kokichi must be Kaito. So, the person inside that exisal isn't Kokichi. It has
Oh
to be
god, it's lagging
Kaito.
again.
Oh no.
Shit.
Are you missing anything? Did you miss what happened?
No, it's just, it was stuttering a bit.
Is it good now?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Just don't want you to miss anything cool.
What
Yeah.
did you say?
So the culprit for this case is Kaito Momota. That is what the ultimate detective has deduced.
Oh god, my
right?
power flickered.
Oh my goodness.
What the fuck?
I even saved during this.
I hope you can. Oh my god, you can.
I'm gonna put a save here. I don't know if it saves at the exact point you're at, but in case your power goes out, then we'll just end this here, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine now. Who knows? I don't know.
Okay, we're gonna continue then, okay?
Okay.
Kaito is the culprit? What? You're joking, right? You can't be serious.
I don't want to believe it either, but it's the only way any of this makes sense. My detective work has led me to the conclusion that Kaito is the culprit.
Is that true? Is Kaito really in there?
Hey, answer us! If you really are Kaito, then...
I'm the culprit.
Huh.
What?
There's just no way that Kaito can still be alive. Because I'm the culprit.
Oh my god,
Wait,
Maki, no.
But didn't you say...
I saw it with my own eyes. Kokichi drank the antidote that he stole from Kaito. There's no doubt Kaito died. And he died because of my poison arrow.
But you told us you didn't want to kill Kaito.
Yes, I never wanted to. I wanted to believe that I didn't kill him. But the truth speaks differently. In the end, I was just running away from the facts.
Huh? I don't understand.
Maki, are you trying to protect Kaito? If he's the culprit, you're trying to help him get away.
There was only one antidote, so it's more likely he died from my poison arrow. This is the truth.
It's not decided yet. I could have still killed him with the hydraulic press. Either way, those are the two options. Monokuma knows the answer, right?
Huh? Are those the only options?
I guess that's how things turned out.
No, that can't be. The person in that exisal is...
It's not Kaito! I saw Kokichi drink the antidote! There's no mistake. Kaito is dead. I killed Kaito. There is absolutely no doubt. That's the truth.
I thought so. Maki is trying to protect Kaito. I understand how she feels, but if Kaito is the culprit, why did he agree to Kokichi's plan? I can't imagine that Kaito would do something so selfish. There must be a reason for it. I truly believe that. But I have to get to the bottom of this before I can uncover that truth.
But Maki, you don't know for certain that Kokichi drank the antidote.
What?
You saw him drink it right in front of you, but you couldn't confirm he actually did it. So maybe there's another possibility.
What are you talking about? Impossible. That's impossible. There is no other possibility. I killed Kaito!
Oh no, time to fight her.
I
Oh my
killed
gosh, that's so
Kaito!
cool.
You're the one who's wrong. He died from my poison arrow. There's no other possibility. What do you know? I killed Kaito! You're the one who's wrong. He died... It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you, this is the truth. But you keep getting in the way. You're so goddamn annoying. It doesn't matter what you say. I'm telling you, this is the truth. I was
You're
at
getting
the
better
scene,
at this.
so
Yeah.
I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him. But I won't run away from the truth anymore. Because I know what I saw. I was at the scene. So I know I'm not wrong. I'm sorry I kept quiet till now. I wanted to believe I didn't kill him.
A final blow.
I saw Kokichi drink the antidote.
Pretended to drink
To drink
the
the
antidote.
antidote.
It ends here!
Oh my goodness.
Kokichi just pretended to drink the antidote. He didn't
This is a
actually
roller
drink it.
coaster.
Yep.
He pretended to drink it?
Drinking the antidote was part of his lie. Maki could only see so much through the window. She didn't confirm Kokichi drank it. I believe that Kokichi knew this and just pretended to drink the antidote. After Maki left, he gave the antidote to Kaito. There's a strong possibility that all of this was done to make Kaito cooperate.
Make him cooperate?
The swapping trick required the victim and culprit to work together. Kaito's cooperation was essential to Kokichi's plan. However, I don't think Kokichi would be able to sway Kaito easily. He needed leverage. He gave Kaito the antidote in exchange for his cooperation.
In exchange for his own life, you mean?
Kaito had no choice. He had to cooperate after Kokichi saved his life. That's just Kaito's character, and Kokichi knew that. He swallowed his pride with the antidote and agreed to participate in Kokichi's plan.
But didn't Kokichi make this plan? What good is it for him if he's dead?
I imagine this was all part of Kokichi's plan to confuse us. You wouldn't think that someone would plan their own murder.
He went so far as to give up his life, just to create this mystery?
Only Kokichi could think of something so nefarious. Who else would agree to die just to execute their plan?
That's crazy. Why would he go that far?
I bet Kokichi was determined to beat me at my own game, no matter what. But too bad! Shuichi figured out the truth!
Truth? Are you sure it's not delusion?
Delusion?
A delusion completely off the mark. To make you think that I died. But who cares what you guys think? This is between me and Monokuma. I don't give a crap if the extras in this game get it right or not.
Extras?
I'm fine with being an extra.
Huh?
Of course you are.
Why?
If we're just extras, then even if we get it wrong, we won't get killed.
No, I'd still kill you all. Don't put Kokichi's words in my mouth.
I love that line. No, I'd still kill you all.
Why? You are being so friendly with us.
If Monokuma gets it right,
Betrayed by
then he takes
Monokuma of all
everyone's
people.
lives, yeah? But if Monokuma
Yeah.
gets it wrong, then he'd have no right to take everyone's lives. If Monokuma doesn't know who the culprit is, then this killing game can't function anymore.
Can't function anymore.
Kaito, I believe in you.
If you're cooperating with this plan, you must have a reason. To determine that reason, I need to reveal the truth.
I still
It
think
must be a
Kaito is
really
the
good
culprit.
fucking reason.
Yeah.
Thinking of it that way makes all the pieces fit. I will show you the truth. The truth you can't deny.
That closing argument. Start.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Okay, already at this point. Electro bomb. Buttons aren't working, but they'll start working eventually.
Kind of odd that it breaks like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Luckily, it didn't happen during the rhythm game. I was doing pretty well that time.
Yeah.
Just run back here. What weapon did Kokichi take out? The electro
one, yeah.
bomb. It's all inside the hangar that happened. Opened the shutter and got inside that one. Okay. Trail of blood. The only antidote. Hit the exisal. Who did Maki hit with the electro hammer? The exisal. Antidote. There. Trail of blood. Oh, it's Kokichi dragged along. Evidence of the culprit leaving the bath. Just put him here, maybe. What do we got? Drink the antidote. The culprit in the press. Assembled the crossbow. Let's back up here in this section. else we got new? Kokichi in the press. Where did the culprit? Check culprit press. Drink the antidote. Just get back to the press section. We actually drank the... like that. Okay. Just put in the hydraulic press first. The culprit. And then a real victim. Teeth closed, flush down toilet. 3 arrows. Culprit's left arm. Kokichi's right arm. Kokichi's back. Flushing down the toilet, we know that one.
Yep.
Ding ding ding. Evidence leave in the bathroom. The arrows. Over here somewhere. Right there. Sit by the second arrow that Maki fired. That would be... oh, sit by the first arrow. Was that the one in his... which one? Oh no. Was he shot? He was shot in the arm. He shot in the back?
Or on the arm first, and then Maki came behind and shot him in the back.
Okay, so the back is this one. And back here.
This is the truth of the case!
There we go.
Let's go over the trick that Kokichi and the culprit created together. Last night, Kibo saw Himiko from the window of his lab. She was carrying a black case and heading to the Exisal hangar. When she reached the hangar, she handed the case to someone through the bathroom window. That someone is the culprit of this case. Locked in the bathroom, the culprit had asked Himiko to bring them a certain weapon. A disassembled crossbow from Maki's lab. The culprit was going to use the crossbow to challenge Kokichi to a fight. Some time passed, and Maki made her way to the hangar. She was going to the hangar to kill Kokichi and save the culprit trapped in the bathroom. However, the hangar had an electric barrier preventing her from entering. Fortunately for her, she had an electro hammer to get around the barrier, in a way. She used her electro hammer to disable an Exisal and climbed inside. She knew Exisals could bypass the barrier, so she got inside one. Around that time, the culprit and Kokichi began their confrontation. While Kokichi was checking up on them, the culprit ambushed him with a crossbow. But the culprit didn't intend to kill Kokichi. They just wanted to disable him. That's why the culprit aimed for Kokichi's right arm. If they really wanted to kill him, they would have shot him in his vitals. Kokichi reeled from the arrow, and the culprit jumped on him immediately. He didn't want Kokichi to have the chance to summon an Exisal with a remote. While they were fighting, something happened that caught them both off guard. The shutter of the hangar opened, and an Exisal stepped inside. Kokichi was definitely not expecting an Exisal to interrupt them. He pulled out his remote in an attempt to control the Exisal. But Maki leaped out of the cockpit and shot Kokichi with her crossbow. The arrow hit Kokichi right in the back, and it was no normal arrow. The tip was covered in a lethal poison from my lab called Strike 9 poison. The poison kills slowly, It seems as if Maki wanted Kokichi to confess before he died. But even with poison in his veins, Kokichi continued to spin his lies. When she had had enough, Maki tried to finish him off with another poisoned arrow. But this time, Maki was the one caught by surprise. To keep Maki from becoming the Blackened, the culprit used their body to shield Kokichi. The culprit's left arm was struck by a poison arrow. Maki remembered that there was an antidote in my lab and immediately ran off to get it. The strychnine poison slowly circulated through their systems and would soon kill them both. But in that desperate situation, Kokichi thought up a clever lie. He incorporated this unforeseen event into his plan to help him win the killing game. Or should I say, help him defeat Monokuma. That was Kokichi's true objective. It's why he claimed to be the mastermind. Thinking fast, Kokichi closed the shutter so that Maki could not re-enter the hangar. Thus, Kokichi's final lie was set into motion. When Maki returned with the antidote, she couldn't get back inside the hangar. So she went around to the hangar bathroom and passed the antidote through the window. But after the culprit was given the antidote, Kokichi immediately snatched it. Kokichi drank down all of the antidote while the culprit and Maki watched in horror. Maki must have been panicking, thinking the only antidote was now gone. She believed that the culprit was going to die from her own poisoned arrow. But it was all another one of Kokichi's lies. He had only pretended to drink the antidote. Maki tried desperately to break into the hangar, even slashing the control panel. But she couldn't get the shutter to open again. Defeated, she had no choice but to leave. After Maki had left, Kokichi took out another weapon. An electrobomb, capable of disabling communication devices for hours. Kokichi's plan was to use an electrobomb to knock out Monokuma's surveillance cameras. That was why he commissioned Mew to make the bombs in the first place. After detonating an electrobomb, Kokichi coerced the culprit into drinking the antidote. In exchange for the antidote, Kokichi asked the culprit to cooperate with his plan. Kokichi needed to work with the culprit to execute his final lie. Under normal circumstances, the culprit would never have agreed to such a plan. But because the culprit owed him for saving their life, they agreed to Kokichi's request. Request is a generous term. It was more like blackmail. In any case, the two were now working together as accomplices in an insane plan. There was a lot to prepare and not a lot of time. They had to work fast. If Kokichi died from the strychnine poison, the whole plan would be ruined. After fabricating the scene in the bathroom, the culprit dragged Kokichi to the hydraulic press. This is how the swipe pattern bloodstain from the bathroom to the press was created. Kokichi, with the support of the culprit, stood in front of the press's control panel. The two of them were finally ready to execute the insane lie. While Kokichi was setting up the video camera near the hydraulic press's control panel, the culprit laid face up inside the press, draping their coat over their shoulders. Then, Kokichi activated the press and the camera's record button at the same time. The hydraulic press came down slowly, all caught on tape for us to see. Normally, the safety function would have triggered, but the electrobomb had disabled it. The press got lower and lower, and just as the culprit disappeared from view, Kokichi pressed the force stop button and the camera's pause button simultaneously. The two then switched places and also switched roles. The culprit and the victim. The would-be victim became our culprit and started up the press and camera. Kokichi had saved the culprit's life because his trick required their cooperation. He wanted to win the killing game, even if it meant dying himself.
And that's
So,
dedication.
Kokichi was crushed by the press, and the
Yep.
whole thing was caught on video.
Oh my goodness.
The culprit's left sleeve was dangling from the press, making us think he was the victim. Now alone, the culprit collected the video camera and tore the hydraulic press's power cord so that it could never be raised again. This would make it impossible for us to determine the identity of the crushed body. But there was another reason the victim was killed in this way. It obfuscated the cause of death, making the case that much more difficult to solve. This was all part of Kokichi's plan to create a murder not even Monokuma could figure out. With the press disabled, the culprit returned to the bathroom to flush Kokichi's clothes. Finally, they climbed inside of an exisal to hide and waited with bated breath. And here they are now in this trial, pretending to be Kokichi. They're trying to deceive Monokuma in order to defeat the true mastermind. And that's it. That's Kokichi's unidentified culprit trick. The culprit is in that exisal. It's you, isn't it? Kaito Momota, the ultimate astronaut. I'm right, aren't I? That's you in there, isn't it, Kaito?
Really? Is it really Kaito?
I must reluctantly agree with Shuichi's deduction.
Man, Shuichi sure loves his crazy deductions.
Huh? You're still not gonna admit it?
Admit it, but it's wrong.
But logically speaking, his deduction tracks.
If it's really Kaito in there, he would have admitted it by now.
Was Shuichi's reasoning wrong somehow?
No, my detective work was flawless. It's the truth.
He's trying to get the mastermind to show himself.
Yeah,
Or show themselves.
I'm sure that Kaito is inside that exisal. Mastermind is the target. So why is
Yeah.
Kaito still fighting me? Is this about Monokuma, or is there another aspect to this?
You claim everything is set, and that's it. You don't have any evidence, do you? You all think the body was switched when the hydraulic press stopped for a moment. But that's just speculation in the end. No evidence to back it up. So if we reverse our reverse way of thinking, then it's likely I didn't do anything, right? It's totally possible that the body switching never happened and Kaito is dead. Not just possible, it's the actual truth.
Well, it's true. There's no proof that the bodies were switched.
No, we should trust Shuichi's deduction. I'm sure everything will be okay. This emotion I've learned, I believe you call it faith. That's what I feel right now.
That's right. We have to believe in Shuichi.
Well, I don't care either way. But if you guys get it wrong, you'll have to deal with Monokuma. What will the results of this voting time be? If Monokuma makes a mistake, he won't be able to execute anyone, right? Then it will be my victory. And that will ruin the entire killing game.
Ruin? I see, so that's your objective. You mean to ruin the killing game itself? Because of, like, we vote for, like, for example, we vote for Kokichi, and then Kaito comes out after Monokuma says we got it right. Then this entire killing game is a sham, so...
Right. That's what I'm saying. He's not gonna admit to it yet.
That's why Kaito has been so stubborn all this time. But, what does he mean by ruin exactly? Monokuma can do whatever he wants to the rules. How do you ruin something like that? What would be the point?
Come on, Monokuma. Start the voting already.
Yeah, I'm getting to it. Sheesh! Let's proceed with voting time, shall we? Sorry I fell short of your expectations, but I'm pretty sure I won't make any mistakes. 'Cause I got the ultimate detective's airtight logic on my side.
Now I know the whole truth and why. I believe in my own logic, and I believe in Kaito. From this point on, it's not about logic, it's about how far I'm willing to go. I believe in you, Kaito, not as a detective, but as Shuichi Saihara.
Can I just say something? I'd like to have one last conversation before we vote.
One last conversation?
There's more to talk about?
You see, before we vote, there's something I have to say. I just need you all to listen.
Okie dokie.
Huh?
I don't
All
know.
right,
Let's see.
let's pin this down.
Shoot,
Who is
I don't-
inside that exisal?
Kaito, right?
That's what you said, isn't it?
Kokichi's the one who died. And the culprit is Kaito standing right there.
Isn't that correct?
Of course not! I would never die!
I trust Shuichi.
Kaito is trying to ruin the game. That's why he's hiding the truth. I don't know exactly why, but he's putting his life on the line. So to put my faith in him, this is the only way. Everything that we've determined up to now, what if I turned it all on its head? Yes, I need to lie. What?
All
Yeah.
right, let's pin this down.
Lie about what,
We need to
though?
lie about
Who
it
is
being
inside that
Kaito.
exisal?
Kaito, right?
Yeah, so the murder video,
That's
I
what you
guess.
said, isn't it?
And then
Or
use it
Kokichi's disappearance. And I don't know, I'm thinking. I want to see Kokichi during the entire investigation, but what if I lie and say, no, I saw him?
I guess so, yeah.
That would be my guess, because I can't really... What would I lie about the video? Just like, no.
Yeah, I don't know, it's so funny though, because, yeah, committing perjury after a class trial is already over. Like, dude.
I don't know what his
Kokichi's the
plan
one who
is.
Yeah.
I'll reveal the truth.
But Shuichi works in mysterious ways, so I'll just go with what he wants to do.
Kokichi, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I just can't lie for you anymore.
What?
What do you mean, lie?
Why did you say Kokichi? The one in the exisal is...
I'm so sorry, everyone. I've deceived you all.
Huh?
The truth is, after we found the crushed body, I saw Kokichi.
You saw Kokichi?
Yes. He threatened me, told me that if I didn't do what he said, he'd kill us all. He wanted me to lie about what I saw, so that the trial would be more interesting. But I can't do it anymore. I can't keep lying like this. I have to tell the truth. Kokichi isn't dead. He's alive.
Oh, hold on! Why did you wait until now to mention this?
I'm so sorry, Kibo, but it's true.
Really. I really am sorry, but this is the only way. Kaito is trying to fool Monokuma, trying to ruin the class trial. If Kaito is risking his life to do this, then I'll stand by him. I believe in Kaito. I will believe in what he's trying to do. He's not doing this to hurt us. I'm sure he's trying to save us all. If Monokuma wants to rely on my detective work, fine. I'll just lie.
Everyone, please, don't vote for Kaito. There's no doubt about it. Kokichi is in that exisal. He's the culprit.
Hey, Shuichi, I don't know what you're scheming, but as far as I'm concerned, you guys aren't extras at all. If you guys are wrong, you're gonna have to take your punishments like champs. Got it?
I'm not wrong. We can't vote for Kaito!
Stop it! That's enough!
Huh?
It's over. If you guys get it wrong and Monokuma gets it right, then you'll all get punished. There's no way I can let that happen. So, it's fine. Let's end this.
Kaito!
So, it really was you?
My bad for tricking you guys. I'll explain everything. But before that, it's voting time. Alright, don't get it wrong. I'm definitely the culprit. You got it? I'm the one who killed Kokichi.
Kaito, no!
It's just like you to figure it all out, Shuichi. You're really something else. So all you gotta do is believe in your reasoning. That's what detectives do. Hey, Monokuma, let's hurry up and get this vote started!
Well said. Let's get this started then. The heart-racing excitement as the blackened and the spotless face off. It's voting time!
Okay, who we voting for? Whoever you want.
Can I be honest?
Yeah?
I want to vote for... I want to vote for Kokichi.
Even though he's clearly not the one in there. We can do it.
I mean, that's what I want to do, but like,
I don't know what I don't
know.
know what happens if you choose the wrong thing, but I mean, as long as we're the only one that votes for him, then it should be fine, right? So do you want it or the other?
Yeah.
It's no
let's vote for
use.
him.
It doesn't let me. Okay. Less than a second left. I would have been executed.
It seems the voting has finished.
Half a second.
Let's see the result.
Nice that it doesn't let us do it. I've never even tried to do it wrong, and now I know.
That's funny.
I mean, it's hard to vote for anyone else when you literally see him come out of the thing.
Yeah.
Who'll be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Just empty spots there for the monocups that no longer exist.
Yep.
All rise. Wow, almost to the max just from one thing. It's like,
Holy moly.
so you notice this is back route over there. There's like alternate routes you can take to solve the trial if you lie at other points.
Oh. So wait, you get like bonuses for that?
I don't know. I've never thought to do it because lying is just not in my nature. But you can like lie your way through and just bluff your way through a trial at an alternate route somehow. Just get to the right answer.
Yes. Play as Kokichi instead.
Yeah.
Well...
Well, if the culprit's gonna confess, then I guess even morons can't screw this up.
Absolutely right!
The Blackened who killed Kokichi Oma is Kaito Mabota. You all got it right.
But yeah, it was probably best for him to give up at that point, because, like... While Monokuma would not have, known that... Like, he probably would have known if... I don't know, it was a 50-50, it was probably for the best to give up.
Yeah, it wasn't like a for sure chance that the mastermind would show themselves anyway.
Right. So you all got it right, huh? Even Shuichi and Makiro voted for me. What a relief. Well, I knew you guys wouldn't get it wrong.
But
But man, was it hard to act like Kokichi the whole time. I mean, sure, he wrote most of his own lines.
Jeez.
Seriously, look at this huge script. He wrote the whole thing.
My God.
He knew exactly what questions everybody would say.
Holy shit.
Except for the times he was quiet, because he didn't have a script to go for those.
Yeah.
It's even got a bunch of alternate lines for different events, too.
Huh.
But even so, I still had to ad-lib. You guys couldn't tell, though, right?
Come on, man.
Hey, come on, guys. Don't look so sad. You guys got it right. It's all good.
Why?
Why did you kill Kokichi? You were against the killing game, so why did you kill him? I believed that you absolutely wouldn't do such a thing. Maki, was she protecting Kaito or just believing in him like me?
That's right.
Yeah, I should explain. Most of it's just like Shuichi said.
After Kokichi pretended to take the antidote, he gave it to me. I mean...
Then he told me I had to cooperate with his plan.
Hey!
Plan? What plan? I've been thinking this whole time of a plan to throw the mastermind off guard.
What?
Throw them off guard? What are you talking about? You're the mastermind.
Ah.
Oh, that was a lie. I only pretended to be the mastermind.
What?
Pretended? You all fell for it, but I prepared a bunch of stuff. Like this remote control, I had Miu make it. The mysterious message in the courtyard, using Gunta and making him a murderer. All that preparation was just to make you guys think I was the mastermind.
What?
What the hell? Why'd you do all that? The reason why I pretended to be the mastermind
Shit!
was to end this boring killing game.
Huh?
To end it?
Yeah.
I thought if I showed you the despairing truth, you guys wouldn't want to go outside anymore. I thought it would end the killing game. But instead, this happened. I'm gonna die by Maki's hands. Why do you think this happened? Why do you think Maki tried to kill me? Why do you think the killing game started again?
What?
Why?
Oh,
Because the true mastermind instigated it. I'm certain of it. They made a move without us noticing. Man, thanks to that, everything is ruined.
Hold on!
The true mastermind instigated it? So whoever that person is, they also instigated Maki's actions too?
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, they probably tried to eliminate me because I pretended to be the mastermind.
What?
My actions were instigated by the true mastermind? But that can't be. The reason I decided to kill Kokichi was... because I remembered the truth from the flashback light.
Could it be...
Maybe making you remember the truth was what the mastermind wanted.
Huh?
What? Maybe the true mastermind had us use the flashback lights, so he would target Kokichi as a remnant of despair.
Which means...
So the flashback light itself was the true mastermind's trap all along.
Yeah.
They expected us to target Kokichi once we remembered who's the remnant of despair.
Okay.
Kokichi certainly expected it. That's why he talked about the true mastermind. But even so, this is all rather convenient for the true mastermind. The person claiming to be the mastermind just so happened to be a remnant of despair. We're all students of Host Peak Academy and our fates are tied to the remnants of despair. I never would have imagined that fate would bring us to Kokichi's murder. It just plays too nicely for the true mastermind. I didn't know about that flashback light. Guess that's another mystery for you.
I mean,
Anyway, like I was saying,
you know...
then who is this true mastermind? Who knows? I don't know either.
But
it doesn't matter. We can't lose. This game is pointless unless you win. That's why I thought of a special plan. When I'm on the verge of losing, my plan will help me win.
Huh?
I don't really get it, but is this the plan? But is this the plan to throw off the mastermind? Well, it's not that difficult. Kaito, I need you to kill me.
What? I mean...
The plan was to make a case where the victim was unknown, and then trick Monokuma into thinking I was the victim so he'd mess up. If he ruled that either Makiro or Kokichi were the blackened, then I'd show myself and Monokuma's ruling would be invalid. And if Monokuma's ruling was invalid, the killing game would end.
But
That's what I'm most curious about. What makes you think it would end?
That's right.
Yeah, I asked Kokichi about that myself. Why would Monokuma care if he messed up on who the blackened was? And this is what he said.
well, you know.
Even if it's Monokuma or the true mastermind, they can't break the rules as they please. Being unfair like that isn't allowed.
Hold up.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Death games are meant to be watched. If no one was watching, there would be no reason to be such a stickler about the rules. There would be no point in making this a game in the first place.
But
Monokuma's been a stickler about the rules and about making the game interesting. That's why he agreed to my plan in the virtual world.
which means
Monokuma is aware that someone is watching us. In which case, I have no doubt that this death game is being shown to someone.
What did you say?
So, this is some kind of show?
But who'd be watching? We're the only people left alive, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's right. The flashback light is the reason we even remember that.
But Kokichi might have been right. Why have a death game if no one's watching? I wasn't sure about it at first, but after this class trial, there's no doubt.
Listen up.
Monokuma can't do whatever he wants. He's bound by the rules of the game. That's why he couldn't afford to get the culprit wrong. Why he relied on Shuichi.
Yeah.
It's just like Kokichi said, if this game's rules matter so much, someone's watching. A death game is made to be watched. If that's true, then who? Who is watching this?
Hey,
What's this all about, Monokuma? Is this killing game really a show for someone? Can say. Why won't you tell us? We're friends during the trial.
You guys.
Honestly, I was just happy you guys cooperated with me.
Well,
Humans love to help. They jump at any opportunity to extend a helping hand.
Well then.
Then here's another question. Who are you really? If Kokichi, a remnant of despair, is not the mastermind,
Incomprehensible.
then who's the true mastermind? Is another remnant of despair like him?
ahem.
I'm not gonna spill the beans on a perfect to-be-continued cliffhanger like that. Why, you are just too cute.
What?
Huh? Really?
Hey,
I understand Kokichi's plan, but why did you agree to work with him, Kaito? Why did you agree to kill Kokichi? Because he saved your life? You should have just ignored him. He's better off dead anyway.
Nah.
It was kinda hard to ignore such an annoying guy.
huh?
What?
Jeez.
Jeez, I wonder how far ahead he planned this evil scheme of his.
What?
Yeah, but killing you.
Don't screw around.
What are you talking about? You want me to kill you?
ah.
I figured you'd react like that. But are you sure you're okay with that? Because if this poison kills me, then Maki would become the Blackie. And her crime would be exposed so easily.
well, you know.
If that happened, then Maki and I would have died for no reason, right? Which is just what the true mastermind expects.
What?
Damn it, that's
You-
playing dirty, so that's why you gave me the antidote. I am the ultimate supreme leader. There are no depths I won't sink to. Even if I have to sacrifice myself. Anyway, this is our chance to end this killing game.
Ruin this killing game.
That's why you have to kill me so we can win and ruin this killing game. We'll bring the true mastermind and everyone who's watching. We'll bring them down to utter despair. then everyone who died can rest in peace. Ah ha ha. Ah, crap. I'm gonna die soon. Can we get this started already?
Damn.
You're seriously crazy, dude. But, you know,
At least I
wasn't
boring, right?
That punk.
I mean, that's true. He was not boring. Not a boring character.
Certainly not. Yeah.
Then he blackmailed you by using me.
Nah.
No, I agreed to his plan once I heard the words ruin this killing game.
Jeez.
He was crazy, but that let him come up with some crazy plans. And we needed a crazy plan in order to stand a chance against Monokuma. I bet on that chance. I didn't have any other choice.
Damn it.
'Cause I'm out of time.
What?
Time.
Could it be...
Kaito, you mean your health?
What are you talking about?
But you said you were fine. You told me not to worry about it anymore.
My bad.
Ah, my bad. That was a lie.
Huh?
A lie? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Honestly, I'm at my limit just talking. No, it can't be.
But you know...
But I gotta wonder how this happened. I don't remember at all. In my memories, I was fine during the medical exam for my training. If he was fine during the medical exam, then that means...
Could it be...
This might be the virus.
What?
Virus.
If I remember correctly...
One of the plagues that caused our planet to crumble. A virus carried by meteorites that spread across the globe. Hope's Peak Academy, along with the rest of the planet, was in danger of extinction. Even though we had come so far and triumphed over so much despair. We were almost wiped out in an instant.
Could it be...
This must have something to do with the virus. Kaito didn't use that flashback light, so he might not remember it. But weren't we supposed to be immune? We were selected because we didn't...
Well,
The virus was dormant when you were selected for the Gopher project.
to tell you the truth,
You could have been infected the whole time, showing no symptoms until very recently.
What did you say?
Kaito is infected with the virus? But how could that be?
Jeez.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I guess I'm pretty screwed, huh? Well, I knew this was coming. That's why I agreed to Kokichi's plan.
But you know...
When I found out about the plan, I thought it was pretty awesome.
Hey, so...
Kokichi left me with a whole outline of it. I freaked out when I read it. It was a pretty good plan. I thought we might be able to trick Monokuma. But I knew Shuichi'd see right through it in the end.
Huh?
What?
Well done!
Haha, that's exactly how it went. Nice job, Shuichi. You're really something.
Well then...
Kaito, did you...
That's right.
Yeah, I knew you guys would figure everything out.
Got it.
That's why I was able to get on board with Kokichi and lie to you like that. Even if I messed stuff up during the trial, I knew Shuichi'd see the truth.
That's my sidekick.
Just what I'd expect from my sidekick.
Why?
Why? If you knew I'd see through it, why?
Then...
If you knew it was pointless from the start, then you shouldn't have gone that far. Nah, it wasn't pointless. It ended up being a huge success.
What's that mean?
Why?
I mean...
Because of this plan and Kokichi pretending to be the mastermind.
Got it.
We got closer to the true mastermind's lair. Behind this truth, there's gotta be a hint that leads to the real truth.
Huh?
Real truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. That's why Kokichi gave his life.
But...
You talk as if he was your partner, when you hated him so strongly before.
What?
Oh, I hate his guts. Honestly, I'm still pissed off at him. He made us go through so much crap. To the end. No, even beyond that. He was a lying sack of shit.
Yep.
Hey,
It's getting harder to breathe, so please, can you...
Hey, so...
Hey, can I ask you one thing? You want to ruin this killing game, but... You kept saying how fun this game was. That was a lie, obviously. How could a game that you're forced to play be fun?
shit.
I had to think this game was fun to survive. I had to lie to myself.
Huh?
You little... bastards who created this game to toy with our lives, and the shit's enjoying it. They all piss me off.
Shit!
That's why I'm willing to do whatever it takes to end this game.
Huh?
Kokichi said that?
Nah.
That could have been a lie, too. He probably just said it so I'd cooperate with him.
Was it really a lie? I think his dying words may have been the honest truth.
It's a lie!
No, it's definitely a lie. He's not the type to shed real tears.
But
I wonder which one it is. The lie or the truth? Even now, at the very end, I don't really understand Kokichi. But maybe that's what lying is all about. The truth is in the eye of the beholder, huh? Kokichi was the very embodiment of a lie. That pretty much wraps up my explanation. Now, finally, I need to apologize to Shuichi.
Huh?
What? Me?
I mean,
To be honest, I was jealous of you.
Huh?
Jealous?
that's right.
Because you were always saving us, you know? Your detective skills kept us alive. You were just way too cool, and I got frustrated.
My bad.
So that's why I was so harsh on you. My bad.
That's wrong.
Hey, no, Kaito, that's not true.
Hey,
I was only so confident because you were there for me, Kaito. When you made me your sidekick, you said that you'd take the responsibility. And that's why I can do all this. If you didn't talk to me back then, even now I'd be...
Oh shit.
Kaito.
Kaito!
Kaito, are you okay? How can I be okay? I'm about to die.
Okay!
You sure are, bucko. Because it's punishment time.
Punishment? I won't let you.
I won't let you kill him.
Oh?
Oh, you're planning to get in my way. You know what'll happen if you do that, don't you?
So what?
I don't care what happens. I plan to kill you anyway from the start.
Indeed.
Yes, I've been determined to fight back for a while now.
Cut it out.
No, stop.
Kaito.
No, Kaito, I can't. I can't let you die, Kaito.
That's it.
I don't care if you're sick. I don't care if you're dying. I won't let Monokuma touch you. A lot of poo-hoo-hoos.
What was that?
What's so funny?
Hey, hey!
Oh, just thinking about life and how irreplaceable it is. You know what I mean?
Huh?
What?
When a life ends, those closest to it mourn. But if you could somehow recycle that life, then those closest to it wouldn't need to mourn anymore, right?
That's nice!
If we could recycle life, the world would be filled with hope. That's my point.
Hey.
What are you talking?
Hey!
All right, kids, time for your grand re-entrance.
Rise and shine, Ursine! With our powers combined, we are the Monocubs!
Huh?
Nani?
I mean, honestly, not too shocking. why would Monokuma be able to replicate himself and not the Monokubs?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm Monotaro. No matter how you read it or spell it or say it, it's still Monotaro. What the? That's totally a lie.
By the way...
What the hell's going on? I could have swore there was more of you chumps before.
Hell yeah!
Fuck if I know. Let's destroy Monodom now. This sad sack is bumming me the fuck out.
What did you say?
What the? The Monokubs completely destroyed?
Hey,
Those old Monokubs were destroyed. These Monokubs are the latest model. They still got their factory settings, so in a way, it's like they're brand new characters.
thank you so much!
But who cares? Now that my cubs are back, I'm not lonely and miserable anymore.
What was that?
You brought them back on a whim like that?
You guys...
You guys are just as replaceable. Maybe not as replaceable as the Monokubs. But finding other people to participate in a killing game is easier than you might think.
So he's just admitting that there's more people out there.
Yep.
Finding other people?
Oh well.
I got no idea what's going on or what any of this means, but that's right.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, we're so fucking lovable and shit. Except Monodom, of course.
Hey, hey!
Oh, do you know what else this means?
Shing!
Now that the Monokubs are back, my exosol entourage protecting me again. Still want to defy me now? This is bad. If he's got exosols again...
Shut up.
So what?
I won't let you kill him.
Doesn't matter. I won't let you kill Kaido. I'll fight until the end. Stop. Even if you fight the Exosols, you'll just be killed, damn it. The remote control and the last electro bomb are crushed in the press.
No.
No, I won't give up. Maki roll, enough already. Never felt this way before. I've always fought to kill, but this is the first time I fought to protect someone. Huh? And I've never been given a nickname like Maki roll before either.
What?
And I've never met someone as stubborn as you before. And I've never fallen for someone before.
What?
Maki roll. Maki.
No.
I don't want this to end. I just don't.
I won't let you kill him.
That's why I won't let you kill Kaido. I absolutely won't let you.
Stop, don't make me cry.
Maki roll, I'm sorry, but that's not an option. I don't have as much time left as you think. I'm fighting just to stay standing. But I...
Hey, so...
Hey, Maki roll, I asked you before, what's your enemy? Before, you hated yourself so much, you didn't even like yourself a little. And wasn't that the reason you tried to distance yourself from others?
That's right.
You decided that you didn't deserve to have friends, didn't you? That was your enemy.
Don't worry about it.
Not anymore, huh? You're alright now. You fell for a guy like me. Now you can learn to like yourself.
Come on,
Hey, don't cry. Can't you send me off with one last smile?
I believe in you.
You guys too. I'm not gonna allow any tears. Send me off with a bang.
You
Okay.
asshole.
Alright, Kaito. I won't cry.
I'll endure it.
Damn it. Me too. I'm gonna hold it in.
Yeah, I'll endure it.
I can't try, even if I wanted to.
Hey, sorry about the wait, Monokuma. You can go ahead and start now.
Okay.
Oh, God damn it. Doing Monokuma while crying is hard.
Yeah.
Can't do.
Dong dong dong.
Oh boy, my first punishment time. I've never seen one before.
Hey,
But let me just say this to the true mastermind controlling Monokuma.
get ready.
You better get ready. My friends aren't gonna lose to you. That's all.
Please.
I'll leave the rest to you guys. End this ridiculous killing game.
Please do not worry.
We'll end it, so please don't worry.
Shuichi.
And Shuichi, never forget, you're not alone. You have friends. Don't try to do everything by yourself, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, Kaido, okay.
The impossible is possible.
Don't forget, the impossible is possible. All you gotta do is make it so.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Kaito.
Maki roll.
How long are you gonna cry? You should smile.
Sorry.
I can't. That's impossible. I can't. Of course. My bad for making you cry like that.
All right.
Alright then, let's end this with a bang.
I'm Kaito Momota.
A special
Luminary of the
punishment
Stars.
suited to the Luminary of the Stars.
Okay.
You don't gotta tell me. I'm excited to just get this started.
Get ready.
Oh yeah? Well, screw you. I'm not gonna die the way you want.
It's punishment time.
Kaito has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. I know it's the rocket from the first game.
Oh my god.
died from his illness before the execution could kill him.
Yeah, fuck you.
And he got to die in space, where he always wanted to go.
Yeah. Oh my god. Monokuma's pissed.
Kaito. Oh, yeah, his antenna got knocked off.
Yep.
His antenna Ohoge.
Yeah.
Kibo, are you okay? You got hit by that debris when you protect.
Well,
I'm fine. More importantly.
Hey!
What's the matter, Monokuma? Upset that Kaito won?
Eh?
Eh? What do you mean Kaito won?
Because
You died before the end of your punishment. Kaito didn't die from your execution.
Okay?
That's right. Kaito wasn't killed by you.
Yeah.
It's Kaito's victory. Wow, we lost.
Amazing voice line, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if he meant to do it, but he certainly went out like a stubborn jackass. Well, whatever. It's like this is the end of the killing game, so it's fine.
What was that?
It's not over?
Hell yeah!
No shit.
Hey,
Ain't it written in the school regulations?
That's right.
The killing game will go on until there's just one blackened or two spotless. School regulations, so you're gonna follow the regulations, huh? The only reason you want rules is because you're showing this to someone.
Well,
I just want an entertaining killing game, but you're certainly entitled to your opinion.
That's wrong.
That's enough. Enough of your bullshit, Monokuma. I made a promise to Kaito. I will end this killing game.
That's it.
And to give Kaito's death meaning, I swear I will keep my promise.
You're right.
Yeah, we're not going to let anyone else die.
I was even gonna play that anymore. It's already over.
You could cut this tension with a knife. What's everyone talking about anyway?
well, actually,
Feels like we stumbled into the last act. I don't know what's happening at all. Yo, Pops, fill us in. We want to help you out. Oh, Monosuke is acting nice. He's sucking up for brownie points.
they're so cute.
Oh, I just can't help myself around you cute little cubs.
Ooh, fidget, fidget. Ooh.
Gather around, kids. I'll spend a whole month telling you about what you missed.
A whole month? Won't that take longer than the whole chapter?
My widow cubs.
Tell you all about it. Will I smother you with hugs and kisses? You kids go ahead and wait for me at home.
so long, farewell!
Huh?
Why did I stay behind? Because I want to give you all a reward for working so hard.
Why, you?
We don't want it. Just go away.
You're really bugging me.
Either way, I don't know where you got the idea that this killing game can be stopped. There's nothing a participant can do to end this killing game. No way. Nuh-uh. This game is gonna keep going and going for a long time.
During his ranting, Monokuma took out...
Huh?
Huh? A flashback light?
Flashbang.
God.
What?
What did you just do?
what?
Was that a flashback light just now?
Could it be?
Is it broken? I don't feel like I remembered anything.
Flashback light has a special effect. You remember soon enough. You remember that despair is the only choice you have.
Yahoo!
And that hope doesn't exist here at all. The killing game will never end.
And then Monokuma left. He declared that this killing game would continue. He declared there is no hope. After all that, I honestly don't remember how we got back. It took all I had just to accept the reality that Kaito is gone. Not just Kaito, Kokichi too. Someone we all trusted and someone none of us trusted. We lost them both. But it wasn't all for nothing, because we're drawing ever closer to discovering the true mastermind. Oh my goodness.
What the?
You can voice question mark if you want.
So it's Junko. Question mark. Well, obviously not Junko. It's yeah, it's Monica. Anyway, the killing game will never end. Never, ever. As long as I'm around, it'll never end. It'll repeat over and over and over. Why would I let this fun ever end? I want to have more fun. As long as it's fun, we have to keep doing it. That's just simple supply and demand.
Such despair.
Dun dun dun. Later
That
that
sounded
night,
like Junko.
I found myself standing in that one spot in the courtyard, but Junko's dead, so it can't be her.
Yeah.
The place where Kaito and I would train together. My heart felt crushed, all the loss and guilt and helplessness sinking in my chest. But still I stood there.
Well,
What are you doing?
Ah,
Maki,
hey,
so you came too.
okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Maki, I'm sorry.
what?
For what? I was the one who drove Kaito into a corner. Just like Kaede, I end up betraying everyone important to me. It's all my fault.
Well,
Are you feeling lonely?
Huh?
hey,
Are you lonely now that Kaito is gone?
Okay.
Yeah, lonely. I feel so lonely and so sad I don't know what to do. The only reason I'm still alive right now is because of Kaito. If he hadn't have been my friend, I would
that's
be...
right.
Me too. I can't remember the last time I ever cried that hard. I wonder how long it's been.
Okay.
But I won't cry anymore. I'm sad, but I'm grateful to Kaito.
Huh?
Grateful?
Okay.
Yeah, I want to tell him that rather than being sad or lonely. I'm grateful to him. That's why I won't cry anymore. I'm not going to wallow in pity. I want to show him how much I appreciate all the things he did.
You're right.
Yeah, I guess it's the same for me. I want to show my appreciation too. I'm sure that our friends who have passed on don't want to see us miserable. Thanks. Yeah. So you guys were here after all.
Yeah.
Just like I thought.
Jeez.
I knew you guys would be here, cause cast a spell to find you.
Ah,
Smoogie, Himiko, if you don't mind, can we join you in your training?
huh?
I'll train you from the ground up, so we can end this killing game together.
Huh?
We're going to end this together?
Yeah.
Himiko and I promised Kaito.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do what we promised and work together to end this killing game.
All right.
We can't afford to lose to despair.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Monokuma said that there's no hope anywhere. But he's wrong. There is hope. My friends are my hope.
My friends are my power.
Kaito said it best. I'm not alone. That's right. I have friends. Not just my friends here, but also friends who have died. They all gave us their hope too. That's why I'm going to live. I want to live for everyone who died. Despair cannot defeat me. I will hold on and survive no matter what. Thank you, Kaito.
Noodle arm, Himiko.
Let your sweat wash away all your sadness, fear, worry, and hardships. Just start moving your body and your pain will become memories before you know it.
Then you should train too.
Well, I don't have anything to worry about. 'Cause, I'm Kaito Momota. luminary of the stars.
Hey, no fair, Kaito.
Hey!
Oh, by the way, what happened to Kibo? Do you know where he went?
Huh?
Kibo? I don't know.
Yeah. What is that guy off doing?
I don't think a robot really needs to do any training.
But
The rest of us are here. I kind of wish he'd come too.
It's quiet. Too quiet. And yet, this silence is quite refreshing. I used to hear my inner voice with perfect clarity. It would fill me with the power of hope, guide me along the right path. I can't hear it anymore. All I hear now is silence. That silence means my will is now my own. Even if despair is all we have to choose, even if hope no longer exists, I will never give in to despair. I will end this. No matter what, I will force this to end. This school, this ultimate academy for gifted juveniles, is steeped in despair.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
And I will destroy it.
I see.
Mark 2 Kibo. What the Holy shit. Oh, we're gonna fucking die.
Purpose, passion, voyage, I don't know. It's hard to read.
Purpose or passion without voyage.
Or voyage without purpose or passion.
Yeah. Confusing. Oh, well.
What a cliffhanger to end on, everyone. We got the galactic coat.
I love that jacket so much.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, what do you think of that?
I thought the game was gonna be finished.
Nope.
but holy fuck. That's my only response. Like, oh my god. Okay, and I've got a lot to say. First of all, Kokichi, the writing of this game. God, I want to scream because I like every character other than like Kaede and Shuichi. I have changed my mind on 180 degrees. That includes Kokichi.
I think he's cool now.
I really like him.
Yeah.
He is
my
annoying.
thoughts exactly.
Yeah, he is very annoying, but like, I don't know. He's just guys, something about him. Very, very well done. It's kind of like the same way I like Junko. Like, I don't like her because she's a good person. I like her because she's very likable. in a way.
Yeah.
And god damn it. Obviously Kaito was gonna be S tier, but he's like the top of the list.
Yeah.
And Kibo has shut up too. I will forgive everyone other than Angie for being a part of that whole cult thing.
Well, I mean, all she did was like break the flashback light, and like it's been proven that the mastermind wants us to use the flashback lights. So maybe she was onto something, though.
That is pretty true.
Like that was the event that triggered me hating her. But now that I think about it, maybe she had a point.
She did have a point in retrospect, but at the time, that did so many negative things for her character. And I also think that the aspect of like taking away people's agency because you're in a cult. You're like, she suddenly started policing people. So I really didn't like that. Yeah, no. I wouldn't necessarily say that she's like the worst of the worst on a list. But she still doesn't get a good ranking because of what she did.
Okie dokie. That's understandable.
Yeah.
What a roller coaster of a game for sure.
Indeed.
Any more thoughts, or do you want us to end it now?
Holy shit. I don't know. I'm just shocked completely.
It is pretty shocking. That's a really good 5th trial. I mean, the Nagito one, which was the 5th trial and 2, was also really good.
I think it was really good, but this one did it, like, leagues better. Honestly, I think people being, like, thinking that this game is very polarizing makes sense. But to me, I, so far, absolutely love this game.
Excellent.
Love it so much. Because it keeps switching up. It's like, I didn't really like this game at first. Like, I was honestly about to put it, like, below Ultra Despair Girls. But surprise, surprise, it's actually above 2 now.
Amazing.
Yeah, for me anyway. But, you know, we still need to see the ending, so it's too late to actually tell. But
too early to tell, but yes.
Yeah. Too early, yeah. That's going through my head, so forgive me.
It's
anyway.
Okay. Well,
but yeah.
I guess, everyone, if you enjoyed this, then liking, subscribing, commenting, and sharing are all appreciated. The most important thing, though, that thou must absolutely do is have a nice day.
You know, it'd be a lot more interesting if it wasn't constantly being controlled by, despair, you know. Maybe switch something up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's getting a little dull.
We shall find out. Bye.
Bye.